Look!
What's that? Whatever, PCE. Whatever.
Look! What the?
Just closing all the
What the hell?
things here. I'm gonna treat this like I'm brand spanking brand new. Brand new. Okay? So we're gonna choose, we're gonna go with a male or female character. Just let you know, guys, you can, if you want to, you can obviously have concealed mode on or off. Same thing, male or female, do what you want to do. For the purpose of the stream, where I'm streaming on YouTube, I'm going to keep the concealment mode on, other than that little brief snippet. Even though this is not a family-friendly game, we're going to keep it that way. All right, so we're going to go with maybe a female character. And we're going to go and try to think now. So if I'm a brand new player, what am I doing? Body hair on. I mean, we could randomize completely if you wanted to. So, strength. Strength is the physical power of a person, typically measured by how much you can push, pull, or lift a physical object. Is raised by proper protein intake, executing actions under load, and is lowered by protein deficiency and loss of muscle mass. It influences carry weight. So this is the important part. What it influences? Carry weight. So the better strength you have, the more you can carry. Melee damage. So the stronger you are, the more makes sense. And calorie burning. So the stronger you are, I guess, more calories you burn, maybe. So range is 1 to 5. It can be raised to 8 with proper diet and physical activity. So that just means you can start off 1 to 5 if you want to. Oh, look, notice this. My character's growing or getting smaller depending on what I'm going with. Can I go to like an all-1 ratio? How bad would that be? I wonder. That's a challenge for another day, hey? That's definitely a challenge for another day. Constitution is... oh, that's cool and clear. I might be interested in picking that up. I gotta play through the Halo games too. Guys, this year is going to be a little bit different for me. This is a side note from SCUM. It's going to be a little bit different. I actually created a bunch of new YouTube channels. I know we're talking about YouTube and not Twitch at the moment. We're on Twitch. But I created a bunch of YouTube channels that make sense. So I have something specific for RPGs, something specific for horror games, something specific for survival and crafting games, something specific for wrestling. I have this main channel that I'm streaming from that's going to kind of point to the other ones as we go through. So if you're on YouTube watching, the streaming is still on the same channel, but you can kind of branch out to the other ones. And there's going to be just a general gaming one too. So all the edited clips and stuff is going to go up to the appropriate channels. My goal this year is to not just play SCUM. Unless SCUM decides to make the best game possible ever and it just sucks me back in. I just have so many hours in this game at this point. That's probably not going to happen. But for you new players that are watching, this video is going to be, at least the first part of the video is going to be dedicated towards a brand new player experience to see what it is you guys, are looking into for the first couple hours of picking up this game. So let's go back to Constitution. Constitution or body type defines everything connected with physical endurance and stamina. So it's raised by moving in general, walking, running, swimming, and is lowered by not moving, standing still for longer periods of time. So if you're a homebody, your Constitution is going to go down. It influences health points, stamina. I didn't realize it influences health points. It's not something you really look at, health points. But it influences health points, stamina, damage, and status, shock, poison, etc. Resistances, immune system, calorie, and water consumption efficiency. So we could have a really good Constitution. This character will be moving. So we might play this, where we're playing solo, we might do this a little bit different than I normally do. Dexterity determines how skillful you are in performing everyday or complicated actions. It's raised by calorie deficiency. So losing weight is lowered by calorie sufficiency, so gaining weight. It influences... Okay, yeah, she's really skinny, didn't look? So she's got meat on her bones if she's at 1. If she goes up to 5, she really... Oh, look at that, how muscular she gets. Oh, that's cool. Wish I could show you without the nudity bubbles here, but, you know. Yeah, so it influences movement speed, action speed, including crafting, eating, and reloading. And, of course, intelligence, arguably most important, also least important. Depends on how you look at it. It's capable of perception and successful performing tasks. It's raised by upgrading BCU and BCU memory modules. That's an end-game thing, actually. So just put that in the back burner for a second. It's temporarily increased by consuming intelligence enhancement ampules. Again, put that in the back burner. Is lowered by committing suicide. So even though there's a suicide option in the game, which I don't understand why it's in the game anymore, because apparently it knocks your intelligence down, so you never want to do that. Is temporarily lowered by smoking marijuana and eating mushrooms, hallucinogenic mushrooms. It influences. This is the important part. It influences global. Excuse me. Oh, okay. This is something I didn't know. I'm gonna go back to that in a second. It influences global gain for skills of all attributes. So this is basically an XP multiplier. So that's why intelligence can be important. Because if you're playing the game long term, so just say, like, look, this is my character. I'm gonna create this into a server. What's up, Griffin? Happy New Year, dude. You're gonna create this character. It's going into a server that you're gonna play long term. So if that's the case, you want decent amount of intelligence, because that helps increase all the other things. So even if you start 5.0 on intelligence and all these here on ones, which you're not going to do because you got 4 left over, these will increase faster at a better rate. One thing I'm noticing here though, so strength, it says at the bottom, it says it can be raised to 8. So it starts at 1 to 5 and you raise to 8. So if you start at 5, for example, and you go crazy with like lifting logs and all the other things or whatever, this will go to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9, right? It'll go up there. Well, sorry, not to 9. It'll go to 8. Intelligence, however, it says can be temporarily buffed to 8. So I thought you could permanently make it 8. So does that mean you can only temporarily go to 8? Interesting. I wonder if they changed that, or am I misremembering? The other two, though, it doesn't go to 8. I thought everything increased higher. So it's only strength that goes up. That's interesting. 75 streak, Griffin. Thank you very much, dude. Much appreciate that. So before I select these, we're going to go to the next screen. The next screen, well, this is just like your looks. So let's do that really quick. So we're going to make her look like... she's like 20, 30. So she was a klepto, right? Young person. She's 22. Makes some mistakes. She stole a purse, you know, and she got herself on the island. I'm gonna give her this beautiful hairdo right here, and we're gonna gotta make her look like she's a little klepto, right? Green eyes, brown eyes, red hair, you know, all those things. Collection too. There you go. That's her. Some bad choices in life. So here's our choices with strength. So with strength, we have brawling, rifles, melee, handgun, and archery. All those you should figure out what they are. Basically, the way this game works is the more you do, the more you get. So the more you punch, you know, the better you get at punching. The more you use archery, the better you get at those. Same with everything. So constitution is running and endurance. So endurance, I'm going to read the details on the running one. This is raised by jogging or running. It influences jogging and running. So basically, the more you run, the faster you run. The more you can carry, the more you end up carrying, basically. These are all tied into different skills too, right? Then you got thievery, which is lockpicking. Driving, which is literally driving. This says influences vehicle stalling, frequency, maximum attainable speed, acceleration. That's not always true anymore, though. Some of this has changed through time. But it does say vehicle stalling, frequency, maximum attainable speed, acceleration, and steering. Sorry. Acceleration steering. Demolition is it influences the number of materials needed for crafting explosive. Explosive defuse time and defuse attempt. So if you're really hardcore into this game and into the base rating side of it, the explosions are kind of important because you can be the one making the bombs, you can be the one defluencing the bombs. Also, when you're defusing the beepers, the exploding puppets. God, see the sun on my eyes? It's like I put on one of those streamer lights. Like, seriously, I have a streamer light and I tossed it because it's stupid. It's like, oh, you just put this bright light in your face. Look, this is what you get to see. Ah. I was like, seriously? So anyway, I need a curtain, I guess. My New Year's resolution should be get a curtain. Anyway, I can't even like doing this. So anyway, we'll try. We'll keep going. So basically the explosion one is important. Motorcycling, same thing as driving, but with a motorcycle. Stealth is raised by moving while crouched or prone. It influences sound produced while moving. So stealth one is a good one because this one affects it with NPCs. So the higher your stealth is, the less chance of a zombie, a puppet, will hear you, or a mech, those giant robots, the watchdogs. Aviation is about the airplanes and stuff too. So the higher your airplane skill, the better you are. Awareness. So this one has been a bit controversial throughout the years. It says it's raised by exploring the island. It says awareness is a skill that enables you to notice or be aware of clues, items, camouflage, enemies, and other things. My understanding, all this one really does is it puts a little blue hue, and people can correct me in the chat and after this is posted if they want to, or right now. But all this does is it adds a blue hue around items, so you can see it. So if you're coming into a place, then your character, a little blue hue will appear, so you're like, oh, there's something over there. There's a reason for you to go over there. So this one's actually not that necessary, in my opinion. We used to think it was like magic find from Diablo. If you're a Diablo player, you'll know what I'm talking about. The higher the magic find you have, the more chances of you getting the better items. So when you open up a box, when you do a loot box, whatever, open up a box, there's a percentage chance of getting whatever item it is. And we used to think awareness actually brought that up, but I don't think there's any actual proof behind that. And there's no way to test it, honestly, because it seems very random. Sniping is raised by shooting from weapons that have... Sniping is raised by shooting from weapons that have scopes attached to them. It influences range check, speed, ability to hold breath. So basically, if you're going to be a sniper, this is your better chance, right? If you're going to be a sniper, this will help you at the beginning. So when I did like the dev events, my character, I added certain things that I would normally not add, because normally you play for the long haul. With the dev event, it was going to be 8 weeks, so I wanted to get stuff a little quicker, so I focused a little differently. Camouflage. Camouflage is arguably really important when you're PvPing. It says raised by hiding in foliage. It says it influences visibility to other players and NPCs. Now, some people think the camouflage is this magical thing that makes you disappear. I don't know if that's true. I've seen some videos of it explaining it was, but the game has been updated so many times. I still honestly don't know if it's actually true or not. But basically, it influences visibility to other players and NPCs. Survival skill is actually pretty important for crafting. It influences number of materials needed for crafting items, compass complexity, and unlocks crafting recipes. So, again, that kind of blurb might need to be updated, because it used to be you couldn't craft certain items depending on your survival skill, but now you can craft everything. So this is, again, even though this is technically 1.0, there is some things that do have to be updated in the game, and maybe it's not updated because they still haven't quite nailed down exactly how some of these things are supposed to work. But I think because it used to be, if you're a long time player, you would know when you create a character, if you create a character with just 1 or 0 in survival, not only do you not have a compass, but you also have to have half the recipes. But that's only partially true now. You still don't have a compass if you have no skill, but you have all the recipes. But now, instead of it requiring 3 sticks and 5 rope, and now it might require 10 sticks and 10 rope to make the same item, because your skill is not the same. Cooking, basically, is my understanding, the only thing that changes with cooking. So cooking skills is raised by cooking more meals, which is true. The more you do, the more you get. The more you do, the more you learn. But it influences meal cooking times. I wish this actually did more than that. Maybe required less ingredients, kind of like the survival. I wish it mirrored that a little bit. But my understanding, the cooking, all it does is reduce the cooking meal time, which is important. But depends how you play this game, right? It can or cannot be important to you. If you're going to be the squad cook, then yeah, max this one out, I guess. But basically, it means if you're cooking like a hamburger in the game, it might count. Well, the stews actually are the highest ones, and it's in-game time, but it's still pretty high. So stew might be like, or a soup might be like 1 hour to create the thing. So basically, once you put all the ingredients in, you push the button, it starts cooking, and there's a timer there's a timer that goes across, and it could be 1 hour, which is not 1 hour real time, but it's actually still pretty high. It's higher than you think it would be. But if you had higher cooking, that might drop down to 40 minutes or 30 minutes or something, cutting in half. So again, it can be important depending on how you look at it. Engineering is super important. This is the number of materials needed for base building elements, repairing, quality. Actually, hold on, let me read the whole thing. Engineering is a skill that enables you to build various construction and craft various items. It is raised by crafting and upgrading base builds. The more you do, the more you get, again, right? Repairing base elements and others, fixing vehicle tires, which again, that's an old concept, I think, as well. But anyway, we'll just leave it at that. It influences number of materials needed for base building elements. So same concept as survival. You build a wall. If you have no skill, I have advanced skill, your wall might require, 5 logs and 10 sticks and 20 rope, when mine might only be 1 log, and it just requires less materials, right? Which saves you a lot of time. So base builders will want to have a high engineering skill. Now this actually surprisingly upgrades relatively quickly in game. It's one of the quicker when it upgrades, I think. So you don't have to, especially if you're going to be long term. But if you're short term into a match, engineering is important to be high. And the last one is medical. This one, guys, is really hard to level up. It says that it's raised by treating conditions and injuries. But even if you get beat up a lot, repairing, bandaging yourself in the game, it only brings up a little tiny bit of experience each time. It's arguably one of the hardest ones to level up. So I recommend putting at least basic in the medical, because what it does is it reduces the amount of bandages you essentially need to use to repair. So if you have like no medical skill to treat like a C2 or C3 injury, and C4 is big too, it might require you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bandages depending. But if you have a higher, like advanced medical or medium medical, then you'll require less of that, right? Instead of 5, you might require 4 or 3, which makes a big difference when you're out in the wild and you only have so many bandages and you're getting banged up a lot. So it does make a difference. It says influences stabilization time, so I guess that's the time recovery, number of required items for chance of treatment, and chance to successfully upgrade BCU chips. So that's end game. So when we talked a bit earlier about the intelligence skill. So at end game, you go into these secret bunkers, these abandoned bunkers, get through these really hard enemies, and get to this place where you can get this chip, essentially, like there's a BCU, like a dog tag, but it's BCU in the back of your head. It's a whole lore thing, the game. And you can upgrade it. That's your intelligence module. And that's how you get the higher intelligence points in the game. So you can upgrade them if you want it that way. Maybe that's why it says temporary, because if you shoot yourself in the head, like you do suicide, your intelligence goes down. So maybe that's why it says that. Anyway, so guys, let's kind of look at this. So if we're going to just play this as a new player experience, so I'm going to try to think now as a brand new player. So coming into the game, we used to call this one the Rocket Special, which was just 3-3-3 across the board here. This is not actually a bad pick, to be totally honest, because it gives you a little bit of everything. So it actually does like a pretty good job of getting you where you want to be. But now I am going to think of a new player that wants to manipulate stuff right away. It's like, oh, and I can leave everything as is. I want to do some stuff. Let's make some changes. So my character, I'm looking at this. It's like, I don't know if she needs to be that smart, does she? Maybe I'll bring down the intelligence a little bit. She's not that smart. After all, she's a purse snatcher, right? She's not that smart. She got caught, right? So let's bring that one down. Dexterity. Let's see. We bring this one down a little bit too to say 2.0. And let's bring the Constitution up so she's a faster runner. And then we're going to make her a lot stronger. So let's give her 3.7 and 3.7, and maybe we'll go Dexterity 2.1. How's that think? That's not too bad, right? That seems pretty good. So now we're going to see how this works. So we only have so many points. Basically, it gives you double the whatever your total is. It gives you double to be able to put the points into things. So let's start off with the intelligence because we don't have very much intelligence. It's 5.0. So we look at this. We already talked about this because obviously I have some base knowledge. So we're going to say awareness. We're going to put nothing in awareness. We're going to put nothing because it's a temporary character. We're probably not going to play this one full time. Just going to temporary for 1-2 stream session. So from here, we're going to look at medical is probably important. So we're going to put that on medium medical. I'm probably not going to build in very many bases. We'll leave that at 0. Cooking, we're probably not going to cook anything because it's going to require you to build a base most likely. So leave that at 0. Survival might be actually important. Let's put the survival to basic. And then camo so people can't see us. So let's give us camo basic. So we have basic camo, basic survival, and medium medical. Let's go to dexterity. So dexterity, we're probably not going to be driving very much, probably not be flying or motorcycling or breaking anything down or lock picking a whole lot. So maybe stealth. So we'll put everything in stealth. So that makes it so we're a lot quieter on stealth side of things. Let's go up to Constitution. So we are going to be running an endurance. So probably chances are we're going to be doing a lot of running. So let's move the running up to advanced. And no, let's actually drop it back down to medium. And let's get this one up to medium as well. So I think this just says influences stamina recovery rate. So we want to be able to run. And I don't know. What do you guys think? Should it be important to go higher endurance and a little bit slower rate? Because that's, yeah, maybe that's better, hey? Because then the further I run, the less energy I'm using. So stamina is probably a little bit better than that. Now, strength-wise. Now, I know personally it's pretty easy to upgrade archery, but in regards to this, what do you think? We've got a lot of zombies we're fighting hand-to-hand. We're probably not going to be using a lot of rifles. Combo attacks from brawling is interesting, or punching. I don't know. I think melee we should go advanced right away. Handgun, maybe basic, and put a little bit in archery. Or we're going to leave archery at nothing. Maybe a little bit in rifles. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, guys. So create. Our alias is super Steam user. Our city is Zibrib, apparently. Date of arrest, January 1st, 2026. Alright. And you notice these little pie charts down here? I know it's hard to see here, but the little pie charts and stuff. It shows you all the stuff here. Hold on one second, guys. Refresh this other screen before I hit the button. Where's my phone? Okay, I'm gonna get myself a drink. Okay, it says, do you want auto start tutorial sequence? If you choose not, so I'm gonna actually say no to the tutorial, but we are gonna do some tutorial when we start. Because I don't want an auto start, so I'm gonna say no to that. And we're gonna launch in. Let me
My life was a peaceful one. Even so, I never realized how full my heart was until they ripped it apart. They took everything from me! Now I'm on the island, just like hundreds of poor fucks who share my fate. And just when I started thinking I can make it, Tech 1 is at my throat again and again. I swore to myself I would survive. I refused to be just a memory. A beautiful lie. Death was never an escape. This time, I'll decide how it ends.
Secure communication established. Prisoner, you can call me Dina. This part of the protocol is kept short to increase the chances of you not becoming a human pancake. Use the following parachuting instructions, and I will make contact if you land safely. Secure channel closed.
Oh shit! Sorry, I have myself muted. I do that. If your guys are here's the thing with me. I've got a thing with my throat, and every so often I clear my throat and I mute myself when I'm doing it. And God only knows how long I've been muted now, so I really hope it's only temporary. But if I'm like sneezing or everything else, I'm hitting mute on my mic, and a lot of times I forget. I keep telling my brother keeps saying it's like you need to put a little mic indicator like hot mic, not hot mic on the screen so I can see it because when I'm the reason I'm not looking here, I'm looking here because this is where OBS is. So I'm just kind of looking as a mirror, right? I'm looking at myself, kind of talking to myself, as opposed to just looking at a camera itself. And I need to put like some sort of indicator on my screen. I keep forgetting to do that. I need to look it up and get it there because what happens is even though there's a red light on my mic that tells me when it's muted, is tilted just the way it's angled and stuff on the arm, and I never freaking see it. So God only knows how long. But anyway, my point is, I just went for a break for a second just to grab a Pepsi, thinking I played a cutscene and be good, have enough time. And I came down, and of course, what happened? I'm dead. So this is a good opportunity to talk about. This is a good opportunity. Thank you very much, YOLO Puke, for the follow. So this is a good opportunity to talk about this screen that Dogface is very familiar with, who's a squad mate of mine. Basically, when you die in this game, to respawn. Oh, thank you very much for the sub, dude. Really appreciate that, especially using your Prime. Prime, you know what? As much as I do heavily appreciate subs and gift subs, which I do, I almost appreciate Primes a little bit more, even though technically I get a smaller cut on it, which is still peanuts, really, you think about it. It's because you can only give it to one person, just one person. So I feel special. I do. But this screen is important because the way it works with respawning in this game is based around your money. It used to be based around your fame one time, but I believe so. I stand to be corrected on that. But it's based around your money, and there's something in this game called permadeath. So when you hit permadeath, your character is gone, reset, it's completely gone. So you have to restart from the beginning. If you have locked boxes in the match, it kind of screws you up because those boxes now are locked to you because you're essentially a new prisoner, a new character. So the goal is to be in the plus. Now it's not that hard to be in the plus, but in the beginning it can be a little tough when you're first starting off. So when you first start off, or when you die, your choices are random spawn, which is going to cost you $250, sector spawn, which puts you, so it's a big giant map. We'll see it in a second, but it's a big giant map. And, excuse me, you can choose which sector. So like A1 or Z0 or B4, you know, you can pick. So if your body, if you died in B4, for example, you can pay more to respawn in the same sector as your body. And then you just go right back. Basically, you when you land, you go and try to get back to your body. If you can get back there safely, if you died in the middle of a field or something, you know, to just to a regular zombie, then chances are you get your stuff back. If a player killed you, though, you probably may not get it back or may not get all of it back because they're going to steal your things and then try to get away before you get back there, kind of thing. Unless you have a buddy. If you have a buddy, then maybe they would have, you know, steered him away or killed the other player or whatever. So a lot of different possibilities. The other option, the third option, is that shelter. So if you build a spawn point, which is a bed in this game, there's a couple different kinds of beds you can create. We'll just call them shelters for this purpose. It requires gold. So gold, none of this is pay to win. This is all internal currency. Gold is if you go to a trader, an NPC trader in game, you can take your money and purchase gold instead. It's kind of it does two things. The first thing is it gives you respawnability. So if you take, so I think gold is like $1,000 for 1 gold. So in this case, it's $2,000 to spawn a sector. So say, for example, you know, you died, you're in the middle of wherever, and you're, you know what, I'm not going back to my body. There's nothing back there anyway. Just, well, if I restart, go back to my base where all my other loot is too, and I'll just restart there. Then you can simply respawn shelter. You go right back to your base, wherever your shelter is to, your spawn point. The second reason to have gold is there's an option on servers, which are on official servers, but is also on private servers, that if the server owners decide to wipe the server, they can do a soft wipe or a hard wipe. So a soft wipe basically deletes the map. So everything that people put on the map is all deleted. But the characters are not. So you keep your character. Now you don't keep the clothing or weapons you're wearing or anything like that, but you keep your skills. Your skills stay intact. And your money gets wiped, but not your gold. So what you could do is you could take, just say you had $10,000, you can buy 10 pieces of gold. And then when you come back into the game after the wipe, the soft wipe, then you have $0, but you have 10 gold. So then you could go to the trader and then trade that gold back in. Now you don't get $10,000 back. You only get 75% of it. So in that case, you get 7,500. But 7,500 is more than zero, right? So it's a way for you to not feel like you lost everything. Your character continues, but it's a fresh wipe, so everything kind of starts over, so everyone kind of feels a bit more fresh with the whole thing. So let's see where we're going to spawn to. Dieface, I do see you in the Discord, but I'm going to do this for a little bit. I'll pop in and say hi, but... Oh, so I didn't even start with a parachute. Okay, where am I starting to? Away from everything. Can I... Okay, pop this. This is so weird that I started that way. Right, we're going to turn her around and head... Where we want to go to? Maybe I head over towards the big city. Over this way. Over to the lighthouse. We'll start at the lighthouse. Just because I know where the map is to, right? I know where I'm going. So I'm way down, if you see the map, way at the very bottom in ZAD 2, ZAD 3. So these are really giant windmills that are below me right there. Like the map size is huge. Like as far as you can see, guys, you can go. Like those white mountains, that's actually landmass. You can actually go there. Right across here too. Not across there, like that's the end of the map. You can't go that far. But any of the landmass you can see, any land you can see, you can go there. So maybe in the future we'll get some other options. But the parachuting is kind of like PUBG, like, you know, like you can, except for the back and forth thing or whatever you used to be able to do, and it's still a thing. But yeah, you can see a lot from up here too. And people, if they're below you, they can see you too. They absolutely can see you. So I'm wearing a prisoner jumpsuit. Now I have the special DLC that gives me a different color jumpsuit and some basic stuff that we used to start off with. I'm actually gonna go and do this as a new player experience. For this purpose, for people that didn't buy this pack, I'm actually going to toss all this stuff on the ground. So this is how you normally start, like this. Only my suit would be orange. So I'm not going to go with the bag. So this is we're doing a new player experience. So the very first thing we want to do, guys, when you first log in, the very first time, it is beneficial, even if you're a veteran player, it is beneficial to do some of these early quests, the journal quests and stuff, because it gives you fame, and you need fame at the traders to be able to buy things. So it is kind of important. So I'm actually going to go to the journal. I'm going to go to manual. I'm going to manual, go to tasks, and I'm going to click on this one. And this is going to turn on the tasks for Dina. And reward is 2 fame points.
Secure communication established. In this tutorial protocol, you will learn how to craft a stone knife. By commencing this task, you have shown your determination to remain alive, but this is only the first step. Follow my instructions carefully. First, search the ground for 2 stones.
So it says search the ground for 2 stones. So anytime you see like a rock base, like this kind of stuff, the white gray rock base and stuff, chances are you can search it. So you just go scroll on the ground until you find a spot. The hand, it's faint, but the hand will say search for rocks. You simply hit F, it search for rocks.
Excellent. Proceed by opening your crafting user interface.
She's really low. So I put my headset on, guys. Give me a second. All right, so it says open the crafting user interface by hitting tab, then hitting 2. These are actually labeled up top. I just usually click on it, but tab and then 2.
On the right side of the interface is your items crafting panel. It has different kinds of recipes, but you currently lack the needed materials for most of them. Now click on the stone knife recipe and use the details button.
So the stone knife recipe is here. So once you've done this like once or twice, you're going to just do it a little bit differently, because it'll be just like click, click, boom, and it'll be done for you. In fact, you could just simply click on the 2 things, right click and choose craft stone knife. That's the easiest way to do it right there. But we're going to do it like the tutorial says, just so we can get our points. So we click on the stone knife, you click on details, it's already selected.
Here you can see every component needed for crafting. The instructions were followed properly, so the needed stones were already gathered. Press the craft button.
Okay, so the craft button is this one here that has like the nail and the hammer, I guess. There's a little meter that goes through, and I think this meter goes faster. We talked earlier about like the intelligence and stuff. Like the more, or maybe it's dexterity. The higher the have, the better you go. The quicker you go. There we go.
That will do. Average prisoner fails to see that the crafted knife is lying on the ground, as shown in the vicinity area.
Yeah, the vicinity up here.
Pick it up by dragging it into the inventory or right-clicking it and using the pickup interaction.
So we're gonna right-click and choose pick up. Now it's right in my pants. On the left-hand side is you have a shirt with that, which has 4 little squares. We usually call it.
Congratulations, you have now proven more capable than 52% of other prisoners.
I wonder if that's real stats.
To use the stone
Probably
knife,
is.
switch to the inventory tab.
So I want to kind of show you this before we do that. So the inventory tab is already open anyway, but it's talking over this inventory tab, like number 1, which I'm surprised it didn't say hit 1, but it does say hit 1 down here. Anyway, so you have your shirt and you have your pants. So the the shirt has 4 little squares. We call typically just the veteran players and stuff, we just call that 1 slot, just because it's 4 little ones together, because the average items take up a slot, not half a slot or a quarter a slot. So we just call this a slot or a square. It is technically 4, but this stone knife takes up 2. It automatically went to your pants section, which is bigger than your shirt, so you can hold more items there. So in this case, that's where it's 2. So we're gonna do what the tutorial says though, which is hit the inventory. Now it says place a stone knife in your hands.
To the hands slot, or right-click it and use the take in hands interaction.
Right, so we're going to drag it all the way over here to the left-hand side, or we can right-click and choose take in hands. Either way works.
Crafting a stone knife protocol is now completed. Your progress is admirable. You can leave the user interface or visit the Manual tab to continue with the next protocol.
Now, up in the top right-hand
Secure
corner,
channel closed.
you see the star. Next to it is a number. Now I have 4 fame points. 4. Now, that's not a lot because you need much more. But the more you have, the more you can buy at the trader.
Secure communication established.
Now, she's going to continue with the tutorial.
There are many dangers on the island, many of them trained by me. You do not stand a chance in your current state, so you will now reinforce your knowledge by crafting an improvised wooden spear.
Okay, so it's on the left-hand
First,
side.
find a nearby bush and cut it with your stone knife.
All right, here's a bush. Here's a bush. So we're going to cut this one here, smaller one so you can see a bit better. First person perspective, in case you guys didn't know, exists in the game just by hitting enter. You go up to it, hit F. So now there's a couple things on the ground.
You just acquired a long stick. To craft an improvised wooden spear, use the same process as in the previous task. Start by opening the crafting user interface.
So again, hit tab and hit 2. And we're already into the stone knife, so hit back.
To find recipes easier, use the search bar.
Search up
Find
top.
and craft a improvised wooden spear. This time, I will allow you to skip the details button.
So just start even typing spear, SP. It brings it up. First option. If you notice, it's a gray background. So that means it's craftable. The next, if you want, just curious, we actually have an improvised wooden spear. So we'll say tier 1. Improvised stone spear, tier 2. Improvised metal spear, tier 3. And a dildo spear, which we'll call tier F for funny. Because the devs like to be funny. I don't even know if that even does anything. But anyway, so where it has a gray background, it means we can craft it. Oops. So there it is again. And you just simply click on the craft button. So now he's going to make it. On the left-hand side, I want you to notice something. The stone spear is 98% durability. It just dropped down to 96%. So when you craft items, your crafting tools go down in health.
And place the spear in one of the 2 holster positions.
So I'm just going to take this, drag it to number 1.
From the vicinity, or right-clicking it and using the pick. Good work, prisoner. Your spear won't do much against a rocket-propelling grenade type of weapon, but it is a step in the right direction.
So I have a spear.
Continue your training as soon as possible.
It's kind of floats on my back, though.
Secure channel closed.
So just a quick note. Back in the day, which was 2018, a lot of the crafting wasn't in the game. There's a lot of stuff not in the game. But it was very, very, very common to see people going around with 3 spears, 2 on your back and 1 in your hand.
Remember the following rule. If you find anything useful, you must acquire it. Unfortunately, your inventory space is very limited. Change that by crafting an improvised courier backpack. Begin by entering the crafting user interface and crafting a branch rope. Remember, click on the Details button to see what components you need.
So the branch rope, I want you to notice something too. So you notice how the branch rope has yellow, it's not a clear background, but it's yellow instead of red. So the difference here between yellow and red is red means you have nothing for the recipe, nothing at all. Yellow means you have some things for the recipe. So it says 3 sticks. Okay, 3 sticks, it shows right here. If I click on details, it actually requires 5 sticks. So I actually have 3 of the 5. Now, just because I know what I'm doing, this long stick, I'm going to right click on this and choose cut into small sticks. So she's going to automatically cut that into small sticks. So this vicinity section, you're gonna use this a lot. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we actually have 5 small sticks. Over here, this automatically updated to 5 out of 5. And of course, we're using 4 of 4 charges on our stone knife that's in our hand right now. I'm gonna go to holster, you can see it's at 94%. So I can simply click craft. So we're gonna make rope. So you can see how these tutorials kind of So basically what I'm doing right now,
If you take a look at the components needed for the improvised courier backpack, you will see a component called rags. It is acquired by performing the cut into rags action on any piece of clothing. First, navigate to your inventory.
okay. So what I was basically trying to say is this backpack we're making right now is what we already started with. If you were with me, you know, about 10 minutes ago when we first started this, I had already had a backpack full of stuff. Well, that's because there's a survivor pack you can purchase from the store. We jokingly say it's a pay to win pack. It's not really. It's a pay to advance yourself by 10 minutes in the game. It's useful because it gives you a couple little things, but it also gives you the bag. So all these things I'm doing right now, when you first spawn in, you automatically do this anyway. If you don't have that pay to win pack, you automatically just do that anyway. Just bang, bang, bang. It's only if it doesn't take very long. You got a bag made, you're good to go. You just continue on. It's a lot of fun. It's easy to do. It doesn't feel like a chore. You'll get better stuff anyway as you go. So anyway, this basically is pointing us to the fact that we need rags. Now, how are we supposed to get rags? We can obviously go around the map and find them, but we actually have rags right here. We had to just choose something to tier up. So we have a shirt, we have a undershirt or a bra, I guess you would call it. You have pants, you have underwear or underpants, and you also have socks and you have shoes. Now the shoes you can't rip up. If you're curious, you right click, it doesn't give you an option. But if you look at your socks, there's a cut into rags option. Same with your underwear, same with your other clothing items. Now, pro tip, if you're in a situation where you need rags quick, and just say you have a shirt and you're going to cut up your shirt, you have no choice, you can cut up your shirt. Make sure you take the things out of your shirt and put it on the ground before you cut it up. Because if you cut up a shirt or you cut up a clothing item that has things inside it, it will destroy those things. I don't know if at some point in the game they're going to change that to just make it automatically appear on the ground. I don't see why that wouldn't be a thing. But sometimes the devs are just kind of like, figure it out yourself, right? So, and that's fine too. I think it is a little bit of a common sense thing to do. It's not too lazy to drop stuff on the ground. In this case, I'm going to cut up my socks. So I'm going to right click on my socks and I choose cut into rags. I need 3 rags though. So let's see how many I get. 1. I got 1 rag. Now that, so here's something to kind of consider too. Right here doesn't matter because where I'm to on the map is not snow. But if I'm up in the winter area, you actually get cold in this game. You get cold, you get hot, right? You get wet. You can get the flu, you get diseases and stuff. There's a lot of stuff to this game. Right now, we don't need to worry about any of those things just because where we landed was actually a good place. If you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see on the screen, but to the left of each thing, it has a little thermometer. Some of them have a bigger red line on the others. The pants have the biggest red line, and the shoes do as well. Also, if you kind of look a little closer, it says on it warmth level. There's actually 4 things. It says weight, wetness, dirtiness, and warmth. So when you're thinking about things to cut up, what I'm trying to say is if you're up north and you have a choice of 2 things and one thing is hotter than the other, you might want to keep the hotter thing because you don't want your character to get cold. Because to get cold, well, a lot of bad things tend to happen. In this case, doesn't really matter because I need more rags. So we're going to cut up our underwear as our next thing. Actually, no, I'm going to disregard that. I'm actually going to cut up my bra. I keep my underwear. I'm going to cut up my bra. Or my undershirt, as they say, as a sports bra. I think that's a different thing too. Like if you start off with vanilla, I think it's a different color shirt you start off with. All right, so now it looks like we have 3 rags. So that shirt was a little bit bigger, I guess, than the socks. So it gave me 3 rags. So the recipe was 3 rags, 8 rope. We have 10 of 10, and we have 1 part of our cutting tool. Right now it's at 82%. So we click on craft. So this might seem like it's taken a long time, but like you would just naturally like the first thing you think when you drop is like find rocks. As soon as you find the rocks, you're going to find a bunch of bushes together, and you'll just start cutting the bushes down. Is what you'll do because you'll want to make like you might make an axe, or you might make a bow, you might make a spear, you're gonna make a bag. Like you can do all that within the first 5 minutes. So it says right click on your undershirt and collect no lags.
Your equipped gear right next to your inventory.
Shoot. I didn't listen to what it said.
On your undershirt and using the cut interaction.
Uh-oh. I think I screwed up. I'm supposed to do it in a certain order. So this is a game problem, not a Matrix problem. So tutorial is telling me to cut up my shirt, which I already did. So if I equip this now, does it skip it? I think we might have to stop with the tutorial because I think it's screwed up. It says right click on the undershirt and select cut into rags. We did that already. I'm not going to do that. I just want to see if it would trigger it. All right. Well, anyway, that's what's supposed to happen. So we made the bag, we equipped the bag. I think you got the gist of what's going on. So let's go on because we're all new to the internet. I think we figured it all out. So let's go to the manual and let's turn off that quest so I don't see it anymore. I do have 7 points or 7 fame points, so it's pretty cool. Years ago, it used to say, so I'm ranked 203 on this server right now with 7 fame to someone that has 5,689 fame. That seems unlikely, but you know, as a legitimate way. But either way, they have it, so it is what it is. But you'd pick your own server, like you'd pick. I recommend playing on an official server to start off just to get the basics, and there's a bit of a population, but then from there decide what you want to do. Play on a private server. It may give you, might have certain rule sets that are different than vanilla. Some people like playing on high loot. I personally like playing on as vanilla as I can, but maybe the zombies turned up a little bit just to make it a bit harder. But to each their own. So let's just carry on. Let's go forward and see what we find. And the way it works with running in this game, like yes, you push W, you go forward, but if you scroll the mouse wheel forward, you go to a run. You scroll it backwards, you go to a walk. And I'll show you here now, because if you actually go into your metabolism, right here on this side, it says walk speed, 6.8 maximum, jog speed, 4.9 kilometers maximum, run speed, 30.1. Now, the reason why it says 6.0 out of 6.8 is because I have gear weight. It's 3 of 44 kilograms. This girl is really strong, actually. I've had characters who are like 25 as the maximum they can carry. So she's actually pretty advanced in regards to how we got her set up. But because it's 3 of 44, now she's not like, let's watch. Let me just take off everything. Let me just drop everything to the ground. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So now if we go into metabolism, you see this? So it says 0 of 44 kilograms. So if your character does not have anything on, that's their maximum speed. So technically, you could run back to your body quicker by getting completely naked. So if you have a buddy, for example, so we used the example before, if your character died and you're respawning back into the game, what should you do? Like going back to your body, what's the reasons, different things, right? So if you were with your squad mate and you died and they're protecting your body, then if you wanted to get back there quicker, when you spawn in, you can get your character completely naked and run straight to your body. Not perfect, because your feet will take damage. You'll get blisters and stuff. The game is pretty well thought out, right? But if you want to maximize your speed, say 6.8 of 6.8, 14.9 of 14.9, 30.1 of 30.1. So if you want to maximize your speed, that's the way to do it. Now, that being said, I don't think this really dropped our speed that much. Most people are not going to do that. Most people. All right, so we got our spear. Another little pro tip: if you hit Shift W, is hands-free mode. So you can still use the mouse to change your speed, but she automatically still continues forward. So there's a building here. So we're gonna check this building out. It looks like there's a lighthouse. See if there's anybody here or whatever. You can do a lot of stuff. Like if you're trying to be quiet in the game, because sound is important, I'd recommend a headset. If you're playing on with other players at all, I would recommend a headset because you need to be able to hear. It's also, well, it's important regardless because there are NPCs that are in the game too, like actual people that are in the game that are AI controlled, and they give you audio cues to let you know if they're around. So I do still recommend a headset so you can hear. But you can actually get low, and you can crawl fast. Oh, sorry. You can if you scroll the mouse back, you can crawl slow, or scroll up one tick and you go a little faster. Now, if you're used to other games like DayZ, this is how you loot, right? In DayZ, you look around, you look for things, right? You might open a door to a place. Oh, that was actually locked. So there's a player that has this one actually locked, so we can't open it. But you'll look for things, right? Well, this game, you do that, yes, but you also search in the things. So you click the search button, little wheel comes up, and it tells you what's inside. So we have two pieces of metal, and I just put them on the ground so you can see them. They're there on the ground. So these are actually, you see the little blue hue I'm talking about? It's because I'm hovering over them, but the awareness skill will give you that hover effect with you being away from it. Now, my keen eyesight just spotted a zombie on the back side of the building. You can see it right there. Look. You can hear it now. Start to hear it. We're actually going to fight this zombie and maybe see what we can get out of it. Oh, server restart in 60 minutes. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, he's seen me. He's seen me. So I'm just gonna back off a little bit. So there is melee. Just left click is melee. So that's a kick, a punch. You can go to first person if you want. Same thing. Punch. If you right click, you can block. Now blocking's not. Oh, that's not perfect. So I took a lot of damage then. So we're actually gonna switch back to our spear now. That's number 1. I'm getting a bit of distance here. Use our spear. Go to first person, use our spear. Aim at our head if you want to. Aim at the ground. If you aim at the ground, you'll actually whack it down like that. Or you aim straight at them. If you aim straight at them, he'll poke forward. So they're not super easy to kill. Takes a bit. Now, if you put your skill on the fighting, the melee. Also, he's damaged. Look, now he's damaged. So he's slow. So this is a way for you to get away. If you damage them enough, they'll be kind of hurt because they are kind of still. They're actually not zombies; they're people to a degree, right? So their bodies still take damage. So I think if you have a bow and arrow, if you aim at their legs, you'll make them walk slowly towards you as well. Now, I took damage then. I actually took 3 C1 damage. Now, they're going to repair the C1s are not a big deal because they'll repair themselves. See that? They all just went from down the bottom right hand. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry, my big fat head's in the way. But in the bottom right hand corner where you can't see, right above my head, there's an untreated stabilization section and recovery. This is where you bandage the injuries. I'm going to skip that for now. You guys will figure it out when you get into the game. So a dead player or a dead zombie on the ground, you can actually search them and maybe get something good out of their body, something that's useful. So let's do a search. Okay, so now they're naked. And they have a combined jacket and they have short pants. Now, even though if you look at them, it's 4% and 7%. I'm actually going to still wear the jacket. See that? The jacket, even though it's damaged, where it's red, I can't put anything in the space at all, but it still does give me warmth. This is actually going to be warmth level 4. So if you're up north and you kill a zombie, a puppet, then you could still wear its clothes temporarily until you find better quality gear. So for now, I'm just going to wear the tore up jacket. Now, when that becomes 0%, I'll just drop it on the ground. Now, there is a negative for doing this, though. So this game has something called infections, and you can't see it again because my head is in the way. But under the untreated stabilization recovery, there's little things that says like bleeding, injury, C1, C2, C3, C4. There's a little white microbe icon that appears on them if you got a potential infection. Now, your character will naturally fight off infections, but it does get to a point if you have too many of them that you can actually get sick and infected. If your injuries get infected, then that's bad news, and you need antibiotics, something to get rid of the infection. So you need to find antibiotics at a pharmacy or another medical place, or buy it at the store, essentially. Sometimes you'll get them from the new loot zombies. Sometimes there's a variety of places you can get them, but they're super important. Also, garlic, like actual garlic, clove of garlic. If you have those, if you find them in the wild, I would carry one of them with you, because if you get an infection, if you see the symbol appear right away, eat the entire clove of garlic because it has natural antibiotics in it, and it will get rid of the infection for you. Now, if you wait too late, if you had the infection already started, one clove of garlic is not going to save you. You really need antibiotics. You really need to make your way to the trader and purchase antibiotics. Now, the one good thing the devs did do, though, is you can buy, obviously everything is expensive and stuff at the trader. However, you can buy single pills of antibiotics for low prices. So you can still save yourself if you get to the traders. If you look at the map, to know where the traders are, there's only 4, is those green circles, the safe zone. So we actually have a trader that's pretty close to us right here on my mouse cursor. That's the trader right there. We're actually right here. So it's actually pretty close. So we had an infection. We can actually go there. Now, problem is I have negative $250. So I have no money. So I need to find something to sell to the trader. So we might actually, I think what we'll do is we're going to visit one of the cities, and then we'll probably run back to the trader and then try to sell some stuff, and I'll show you how that works. Hopefully we don't die. If we die, we die. So you can go through the door in this game. You can also jump through windows, which is kind of cool. A lot of things are searchable. So this cabinet's searchable. Oh, and we got a screwdriver. Double click or drag it into your inventory. I also got a hat in this case. So this is a brand new thing. So I'm going to right click and choose add hat. And I'll show you what the hat looks like here now on myself. There you go. So that's what the hat looks like. That's what she's wearing the hat for. The hat, in this case, the hat is pretty much cosmetic, but you can cut it for rags. So I'm going to wear it for now until I find something better. The screwdriver allows us to open up lockers in the police and military areas, which will contain guns and other good things that'll help you in the world of SCUM. Hey, Maverick, how are you, dude? Happy New Year. You can also search the bed. Sometimes you'll get money under the mattress. And then search the other rooms. So not everything has something in it. This girl is a vampire, as you can tell. She does not have a reflection. Now, these couches can't be searched. It just says rest. I'm actually going to talk really briefly about this. So this is a relatively new feature added to the game in about a year and a half. It's the exhaustion feature. Again, you can't see it because my big fat head is in the way. Actually, you can see a little bit right here. It says exhaustion. So as you play the game, your character gets tired. On the left-hand side, does it say stamina? Doesn't really say. I'm not sure where it shows to. But the more you play, the more tired your character gets. So you need to fight the exhaustion. Now, most times, the exhaustion is fought by you just simply logging off. And then when you come back, your character is refreshed, but it's not always perfect. If you're a hardcore gamer and you play 8-hour game session, take a break for 2 hours, come back again for another 4 hours, then you're gonna be fighting this exhaustion. So what the suggested method is to do is to not do what I'm doing right now for the whole session, but you can do it for certain things. So if you're just kind of taking a quick break, go to the bathroom or whatever. If there's a spot you can sit down in the game, do that. Have them actually sit on the thing, because when you look at the health again, over on the right-hand side, it says exhaustion, and it says negative 6.2 because you're resting. So you're gaining back your exhaustion point. You can also reduce it by lying in a bed. And if you log off when you're sitting on a couch or lying in a bed, then you keep that multiplier when you log off. So it helps getting your stamina back overall. The other thing with the exhaustion is you can smoke cigarettes and you can smoke marijuana in this game, and that'll also help reduce the exhaustion. I don't smoke in real life, never did, but in this game, I'll always go around with a cigar or a cigarette in my mouth. When I find them, I just put it in my mouth because it's just basically an inventory slot. And then I just walk around the map like it. And then when I get too far in exhaustion, I just light the cigarette and let us do a thing and replace it after. Just a part of the game. So search there, nothing in there. This one's already opened. This is just open for everybody. This one's not searchable. There's ladders in the game. Allows you to climb up. See what's up top. Oh, there's actually something up here. Since there's a good reason to come up here. So we're... Oh, hold on. I fell down. Now, if you fall too far, you'll take damage. All right, so now I'm up top. And I physically seen this on the ground. So you can walk up to it and hold the cursor over and click on it. Or you... Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay, never mind. This is weird. I'm not sure if this is always here or if this is glitched. I think this might be glitched. So unfortunately, even though we're at 1.2, there are some glitches in the game. So this is a crowbar. I was excited about it for a second, but clearly it doesn't matter. I can't do everything with it. I'm actually going to relog for a second, guys. Sometimes relog in the game gives you back, like it'll fix certain errors and stuff that you see, certain visual bugs. It may not fix this error at all. I'm also kind of thinking of fixing a tutorial. Because every time I go into that screen, the part I was supposed to cut up is like highlighted flashing. So I don't know what's going on with that. All right, here we go. We're back in. The crowbar is still there. And it fixed nothing. So the crowbar is still there. All right, so we're gonna assume we're gonna ignore that. All right, let's just keep going. And my character's still bleeding on the ground a little bit, if you can notice. Or actually, he shouldn't be bleeding anymore. But he does have a C1 exhaustion, which is normal. Oh, okay. So some good news here. We just found two things. So we found a keyhole shirt. And we found some pajama pants. Now, prisoner pants and pajama pants. I'm actually going to take the... Even though the prisoner pants you'd think would be a little bit better than weird pajama pants is actually giving me 4 slots. Gives me way more space than the pajama pants. So if you just look, I'll put both on the ground, so side by side. Open inventory. See, it only gives me 2 slots, and this one gives me 4. So in this case, we're gonna wear the pajama pants. Now, if you notice, there might be something here also that's a little bit different. So it has a capacity. So the pants down the bottom left-hand corner, it says 1.0 kilograms. So that's the maximum size that we can fit for the prisoner pants. If I equip the pajama pants, it's 0.8. So there's actually a little bit of a trade-off here earlier on. Because the pajama pants can only hold 0.8 kilograms versus the pants can hold 1.0. So 0.2 more. It's not that much of a difference. What's up, Kmart? It's not that much of a difference in this case. Not enough of a difference that I'm going to care about. I care more about those extra 2 slots. So we're going to go to pajama pants. This is just a temporary thing. Now this keyhole shirt is a 1 slot item, the same as the regular shirt. I'm going to drop the thing on the ground so we can see it. And actually, hold on. I'm going to go outside so you can see in the sunlight a bit better. Let's search this right quick. Oh, gave us a kitchen knife. I'll pick that up too. All right, so just so we can see this stuff better. So this is what we look like now with the pajama pants on, the SCUM shirt. And this holds up to 0.6. If we open up the keyhole shirt, it's also 0.6. So the same thing. They're actually the exact same thing. So there's really no advantage to going between the regular shirt and the keyhole shirt, other than the keyhole shirt is not as dirty. Actually, it's more dirty than the thing, but it gives us a different look. Right? So if you want to look at this character now, you want to take a look at the character, see what she looks like. This is what she looks like now compared to what she did before. So it's a completely different look for her. And, Reggie says the advantage is in the boob window. There you go. What is on my head? What is that? God, that's a visual bug. What is following me on my head? What is that? What is going on, guys? I don't know what this is. What is this? Polish. All right, anyway. So I also took this knife, the kitchen knife. It weighs the same as the stone knife, but it's going to have more endurance over a longer period of time. So I'm going to take that with us. And I'm actually going to put that in my quick slot 7. So whenever I need to, I hit 7, and I take it out, and I can use a knife instead of the spear. It'll last longer. We'll put the jacket back on. I'm going to keep the shirt. Actually, you know what I'm going to do with the shirt? I'm going to cut the shirt up right now. We're going to cut that up for rags. Okay, the whatever that was disappeared. So we actually have... Oh, also, something else to be aware of. Depending on the tool you use to cut things up, sometimes you get more items. So if I cut things up with a kitchen knife or stone knife, I probably get the same amount of things. But if I use scissors when I cut up a shirt, I will usually get double, if not triple, the amount of rags. So now this game actually added a feature recently. You guys wouldn't notice it, obviously, if you're new, but it adds stacking. It used to be you have to take these 3 items, combine them together to make a bundle of rags, which I was fine with. But they actually changed it now so they stack. So we have one item, 2 rags, it uses up 2 splices, right? But instead of doing that, we're just going to drag them on top of each other, and they stack. So this is 2 times. So it's, it's just a way that they changed the game up a little bit. All right, let's check the rest of this building. All right, so we got some more things we can search. Like I said, if this was DayZ, you would just walk around, you say, oh, well, there's nothing in this room. Well, in SCUM, you can actually click on the lockers and also determine there's nothing in this room. There's a stairwell here. Another good tip, too, when you're walking around, like we talked about DayZ and stuff, where you're looking visually, you're looking around and see what you can see. Well, sometimes you just might miss it because maybe there's something in behind here or whatever. Like, let me just put the knife in here. I can put the knife down here. Okay. So if you're walking around here, you don't see the knife is behind the box, right? You don't see it. It's not there. You might go in here and spin the camera. You don't quite see it, but if you hit tab, it still shows in the vicinity. So you still have a chance to find it. So that's what, a lot of times I'll walk into a room, I'll hit tab and walk around it. Oh, actually, case in point. Look, we just found safety pin. I didn't even see that there. So safety pin is, I don't know where that's to. See if we can visibly find it. It's somewhere. It's probably, there it is. It's on top of the desk, but it's a little tiny black dot that I missed. So I just double click that, and this uses a half a slot or two of the small slots. As it gets dark, guys, I'll turn the visible filter on the thing so you can see a bit better on the stream, because the character, the environment gets like night and day in the game. So that little black slot on the floor, I thought might have been an item, so I hit tab, but nothing came up. So it doesn't look like there's anything else in the lighthouse, so we're going to move on to the next place. Open the door. We just in here? Oh, we went another way. Let's jump back out, and we'll just keep going on our way. Oh, looks like another zombie over there. We can fight that zombie and see if he gets us something. Let's change to the knife this time. I'll just show you what it's like with a knife. So if you notice, when I do this, I attack and I go back. Attack and back. Attack and back. Because they'll swing at you, right? Attack and back. Attack and back. Attack and back. Attack and back. Same thing if you did third person. Attack and back. Attack and back. Attack. Or you can sidestep if you want to. Attack and back. Attack and back. Just like that. Eventually you'll kill them. The better the item, the better the weapon you have, the quicker you'll bring them down. I'm literally using a butter knife right now, so it's not really good. Let's do search. Okay, so this time he gave me jeans and a hiking boots. They're both at very poor percentages, so I'm not going to pick them up. Here's something else you can do too, guys. I'm going to do this right now to show you. So you can actually chop up body. So you hit F, you hit chop, and she'll literally cut the body up. Might seem a little gruesome, but it's a thing. So the counter is wrong, by the way. On the screen right now, it says I have I have 0 viewers on YouTube. That's actually not true. I actually have 3 or 4 people watching, which is so hi YouTube. So we cut up the body. Easiest way to look at, I mean, you can visibly look on the ground. It's all gross. There's guts, and human skin, and bones, and a head. You can do a lot of stuff. Puppet arms, feet, like everything. It's pretty gross, right? You can cut up the body. We're gonna care about 2 things. And this is me knowing things versus not knowing things. Oh, also I want to point out I have 9 fame now. Remember we had 7? So the more you do things in the game and the longer you live, your fame gradually does go up. That's why I said it's unrealistic. This guy has 5,689 fame. Although there is ways to bring up the fame. So it might be legitimate. So so here's what I was kind of bringing up. So another thing you could do is see the bone. So like, what can I do with bones? If you right click on it, choose examine, it actually brings up on the left hand side the recipes. So with bones, you can make a bone needle. And with a bone needle, so we're gonna craft one. So like, well, what do you do with a bone needle, right? Well, bone needles are actually pretty important. So we're gonna craft the bone needle. Now it's on the ground. It's the same thing. Click on that, right click, choose examine. Now it says I can make 3 different things. I can make a fishing floater or a bobber with a bone needle. I can make a bow silencer to make your bow quieter so people are sort of, zombies are not hearing it, not hearing the soup as much. Hey, Guino. See, I knew there was someone on YouTube, but the YouTube counter is not going up, so it is what it is. But hey, YouTube. And then also, probably one of the more important things in the game is a sewing kit. So if I click on details of sewing kit, I need a needle, which I do have now. I need thread. I have at least 9 pieces of thread. I have none of them. So for now, I'm going to pick up the bone needle, carry that with me. And there's one other thing I want to do. See the human skin? Examine. There's a lot of stuff I can make with human skin. I can make a water container, a water bottle. I can make a mask. I can make a bulletproof armor, a quiver, another kind of backpack, and a holster for a gun. So a lot of things you can make with it. So for now, I'm just going to put it in my inventory and keep it with me. Now, obviously, there's a lot of zombies in the game, so that's not a rare item to get. But for now, at a convenience, I'm just going to carry it with me. Let's check our weight. So I'm 7 of 44. Before, remember, we were like 2 of 44 before, so I got all these extra things added, and I really didn't add that much to my inventory. My speed really has not been affected. Now, it's getting a little darker in the game. I think you can still see. Okay. So when it gets a little more darker, I'm going to change the. I'll put on a filter so you guys can see a bit more. Down the bottom left-hand corner, you can see there's a bunch of little symbols. The first symbol on the top left is the sound meter. You can see a little blue stroke there. That tells you how much. So we just got the basic stuff going here now. And one thing you got to remember too is your footwear. They actually do wear out. So right now, my original footwear at 91%, perfect. No issues with it right now. But when it gets lower, you want to repair it with a sewing kit or replace it with a different set of shoes. I know what I was talking about. So down on the left-hand side, you can see on the screen there's what looks like an audio cue and an eyeball. So the audio cue basically is how much noise you're making, and the eyeball I'm not even sure about. What does the eyeball do, guys? Because that's the meter on it too. Right now it's like, wouldn't that mean I'm visible? I don't know what the eyeball does. 6,000 hours, and I don't know what the eyeball does. Someone in the chat can help me, I'm sure. But then we also have the heart, the running man. I think that's a loaf of bread and a thing of wine. Oh, it lights up when puppets see you? We'll have to test that in a second. It's how visual you are, I guess, but I did not know that if it lights up if puppets see you. Interesting. That one Dogface should pay attention to because he doesn't wear a headset. Yeah, well, I'll collaborate with Tyrone in a little bit. So the heart is your health. So obviously you want to be at 100%. It can never go higher than 100%, but that's where you want to be. The running is your... Hold on. What is the running? Oh, the running is your capacity to be able to run. Right? So that's my stamina. Sorry. So see how it's going down? Is 95%, 94%, so on and so forth. So if I go back down to a walk, that number is going back up. Right? That's going back up now because the eyeball isn't very accurate, Guino. It probably isn't. I've never noticed it before. And on top of that, I don't know if it's that useful. Like, if anything, it should appear right in front of your, like, right in the middle of your screen, because if you're listening, you're going to hear a zombie before they're going to, it's going to happen at the same time. You're going to hear it. Now, maybe it's like a deaf thing, though, too. I don't know. Maybe a good idea, like a deaf thing, but I never ever noticed it before, to be totally honest with you. But yeah, stamina's back 100%. If I do the wheel up, now it's going to go down again, 99%. So on and so forth, right? So 99, 97. So when you're running, so if you have a lot of gear on you, if you have like a gun and a big vest and a big full backpack, that number 92, 91, 90, it goes down faster. It'll go 89, 88, 87, 86, like it'll go down way quicker. And then to be able to fix it, you basically have to stop. And if you crouch, you'll get stamina back a little bit quicker. If you go prone, you'll get stamina back quicker. And you can also hold tab, go to actions, and go to lay down. And your character will literally lie down on the ground like this. There's an actual action for it. And you'll gain the stamina back and get quicker that way too. So that's just what you have to deal with. And then to right of that, we have, like I said, it looks like either bread or meat, but basically is your food, your hunger meter. So right now I'm at 45%. When that starts getting low, your character gets more tired and bad stuff starts happening. You'll even pass out. Same with the water. So we're at 47% for water. So we're going to try to get over to the town over there, because there should be some food and stuff over there as well. I'm going to have to change the filter on this, I think. Give me a second. It's getting dark. Okay, it might seem a little washed out now, but all right, here we go. That's just because I put the filter on so you guys can see a bit better visually. Like, it's still pretty good. It's just, or maybe because I literally have sun in my eyes. Maybe that's what it is, but. All right, so there's a bridge here. Like, the map is pretty big. Like, we transitioned from down here at the bottom, at the peak. We're this far, so not bad. It'll take you a long time to walk through the entire map. Hold Alt, you can spin the camera around to kind of see what's around you. This game does not have third-party peeking. So if there's an actual real player hiding behind one of those trees, my character won't be able to see it. It has to have a line of sight. So even though, because I have a 34-inch monitor, I have lots of visual space on the right and left-hand side, it doesn't matter, because if my character's eyes cannot see a player, the player will not be there. Early in the game, I've seen a lot of people in the past, and even recently, they'll write a review on Steam and say there's a lot of cheaters because they keep vanishing. That's actually not people cheating. That's actually game design. It's just a regular person, and your character just can't see them. Basically, if you go to first-person mode, which is this, and your character, if you can't see them on this at all, with this is their eyes, they can't see them, they won't appear. They'll disappear. And the easiest way to know that is when you're in a car driving. So you're driving forward in a car, and then one of your squad mates is behind you. Or sorry, not your squad mates. Your squad mates will appear anyway. But if they're not in your squad, but there's somebody with you and they're driving on a quad, say an ATV behind you, they're going behind you. You'll look behind you, like with this. You'll look behind you to kind of see where the vehicle's to, the vehicle will be driving itself. It'll look like it's driving itself. So it's pretty wild. All right, like I said, so we're going to go to the bigger town that's coming up. There should be a lot of zombies, NPCs. I'll probably die. We'll see. The biggest hurdle this game has right now for new players, in my opinion, and veteran players alike, is the new NPCs that were added 1.0. They're other prisoners, but they're kind of little aimbotty. So, in my opinion, they're not really good. It's my most disliked feature of this game, to be totally honest. I would be okay if they just completely deleted them. But you can still live. You just have to be stealthy, stay away from them. As soon as you hear them, stay away from them, unless you have a gun, and especially unless you have armor. If you're wearing armor, whether it's the crafted armor or found armor in game, then you're going to survive a lot longer with these NPCs. Now, they can still potentially pop you in the head and you'll still die. But if you're wearing a helmet, level 3 helmet, the PUBG face shield helmet, you might survive it. Or like I said, if you get the shot at them first, then you're good to go. But if they're the ones with the bows and arrows and the crossbows, they'll still kill you one shot if you don't have the appropriate equipment on. So you got to be super careful. Now it is starting to get darker. This game has the best sunsets than any game I've ever seen. It's so cool. When it gets dark, there's flashlights in the game. There's night vision goggles in the game. If I find any of that stuff, I'll display it. It's a little bit of a run to get to this town. I just because I know the map and stuff, I know how to get there. If this was Daisy, you have no map or whatever, you wouldn't know where you're going, other than by heavy experience. But if you look at the map here, there's 2 big red sections. There's a huge one to the right, and there's still a big one to the north. So to the east and to the north. So we're gonna go to the one that's to the north. There's actually road signs here too. So we're gonna go to. It's called Novigrad, I guess. Novigrad. So we're gonna go to Novigrad. We're gonna see if we can find stuff. Just kind of sticking to the roads just to make it visually easier on us. If you were actually realistically playing the game seriously, and just looking at the map, you probably just cut straight through on the coast. But I'm just kind of sticking to the road right now, just so we can kind of see what we're doing. When I was playing on the PTE, was like a public test server. They had the night and day was so long. All right, so Matt, notice my stamina down the bottom. My character is automatically slowing down. Slowing down is at 6%. She's actually kind of stabilizing here now because I'm going downhill. I don't understand how that works, but apparently if you run downhill in the game, you gain stamina back. It allows me to go a little bit longer. But if you notice, I'm at a jog now instead of a run. Now I can fix this simply by stopping and going prone, like we said, or if I did the lie down effect. Notice how it's going up pretty quickly. If I do the lie down effect, actually, I think it goes back way quicker. Yeah, see how fast it's going back now? 70, 77, 79, 80, 81, blah, blah, blah. It's almost back all the way. There we go. So now we're good. Also, take note, the food meter just turned red. So it gives me a visual cue. There's an audio cue too. My stomach is growling as well. If you use some of the DLC characters, they'll actually start complaining that they're hungry, which is a really nice touch. There's actually 3 DLC characters in the game. If you do like this game, if you do pick this up, it is on sale now until the 5th of January. It's like $20. Dude, you can't go wrong. I cannot name one other game that gives you more. And sure, there's more it can give, and it's not in the game. There's some things in the game, obviously, if you're a long-time player, then you'll notice and complain about certain things. But at the same time, for the amount of money and the amount of content is in this game, it's unheard of. I don't know of another game that gives you that content. It's amazing. So running downhill makes a big difference. And this is a bigger city we're getting into right now. You can see the stars starting up here above our heads. Also, just show you one of the DLC packs. So I'm going to take off some of this clothing just so I can see it. So she has a watch on her hands, if you can see it. I just got shot at. Sorry, I can't even show you this. Being shot at. Oh, it's an NPC right there. So I could try to fight him, but he has a gun. Whoa. Shit. All right, so we're gonna bail. We just talked about. We're gonna bail. My instinct is to attack him, just because I've played this game so much. But we're gonna bail because all we have is a spear. We don't have a bow. So we don't have a spear. So the only way for me to kill that guy is if I got really close and I started like just spearing him to death. But if I make one mistake, then I'm dead. Now, the good thing is, let me get some stamina back. The good thing is he's just making a lot of noise, and if there's any zombies in the town, the zombie's going to attack that player, and kill him. But this is what I was kind of talking about with the NPCs. I came into that area and he's immediately attacking me. So some of this stuff has to be fixed. I think that's a big problem in the game. Cannot go to a town without an NPC just basically guarding the town. Like, that's not how it's supposed to be. NPCs are not supposed to guard the towns. But that's what's happening sometimes. So anyway, let's just carry on. Let's see if we can get into the town without getting killed by an NPC. Now, I should probably make a bow, honestly, and some arrows. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know how far that thing is aggroed on me, see? Let's go up right here. Let's make a bow. Let's make a bow. Let's do that right now. So we're going to cut up these sticks. So to make a bow, I basically need to make a rope and a long stick. That's basically what I need to do. So as long as I have... Okay, so cut this one up. Now, it's possible that NPC is still looking for me. And I don't know if he found my flank. So same thing as did before. I'm going to go back here. And we're going to craft a rope. I'm struggling because there's like, behind this wall, there's a window. And it's in my face. And my nose is really itchy. Okay, so I have a rope and I have a stick. Now I think so I have two options: improvised bow, 20-pound, and 35-pound. I'm gonna go with the 20-pounder, just because I think my character his skill is low, although her strength is high, so I probably can handle the bigger bow. But it doesn't say; it's just a draw weight. So we're gonna go 20 anyway. Put that on the number 2 spot. And we're also going to want to make some arrows. So arrows are just simply sticks. So all I got to do is when I cut this one down, I should be able to click on wooden arrows and craft it. Now, it is pretty dark, though, isn't it? We should probably use a light now to be able to see. So we're going to do two things. The first thing we're going to do actually is going to make a torch so we can start seeing. So we'll craft a torch first. All it is a rag and a stick. And then we're going to cut this. This is some veteran stuff we're doing here now. It's not hard. It's just stuff I know I got to do. So I crafted a torch. Now I'm going to cut up one of those sticks again so that I can craft a fire drill. The fire drill is basically a lighter for this purpose. But now we're going to light the torch. Now we can see. All right, so now I'm going to turn off the color correction. And I'm going to make the arrows I just talked about. So click on the arrows and click on auto craft because there's more than one. And I'm going to put them right in this bag here now in a second. So it's 3 arrows. It's not many. It's 3 arrows. So I'm going to put this in my hand. And go to first person. And we'll start moving down to the town. Actually, I'll go back to third person. So I tell you, what's killing me, again, what's killing me right now is the sunlight in my eyes. I'm having it really difficult to see. That's why I'm ducked down. Because I'm having difficulty seeing my screen because of the glare. For Christmas, I should have got a curtain. Or a blind or something. So for now, I'm just going to duck down low. I'm going to look like an idiot for a little bit. And go down the hill. See what we can see. My character is very hungry, so we need to find food. Something down right there. Is that a zombie? Looks like that's a zombie right there. Actually, I'm going to keep those zombies there. Because if the NPCs spawn and shoot at me again, they may fight them. So actually quite a few NPCs here. Or quite a few puppets. So, oh look, it did work. It went out, it turned blue. So I put this on the ground. Switch to the spear. Fight this guy again. Now the good thing with the spear is when you're backing up, I said before, remember, like attack and back up, it gives you that distance. So you don't have to go as close. limping now. So you can actually throw spears too. So I'm gonna hit G now to throw this. He didn't die. So we're gonna punch him a few times to see if we can take him out. There we go. So the spear in his body did do a bit of damage. Enough damage. So there's only a few punches to take him out. Okay, so this character didn't really have much on him. He has a book diary. I'm going to take the diary for now. And this is why. If I go examine, it says improvised stab-proof vest. So if I find 32 worth of diary and 25 worth of duct tape, then I can make an actual vest, which will help me. Because you noticed earlier, when I got hit twice by zombies, I was brought down to like 67% health. So it's not that many hits before you're taken out, right? All right, so let's head into the town. It's pretty dark and spooky in here. We want to get into some of these buildings. Some of this trash we can search. But chat, you're right, though. It did actually come up. That visual indicator did come up and say. Not that it mattered because he was already running at me, but... Oh, look at this. This might be the gun shop. So let's go in here, see what's in here. Maybe we'll get lucky. His tab. I always hit tab first because it could show stuff is on the ground. Let's check some of these things. Well, I don't know if it's broken. It's just because it still tells it to you. It's just, why would you need it there? It's kind of redundant. Like, if anything, it should maybe go bonk. You know, like make a noise. Like these little, like the anime, two little lines should appear up here over your head, or maybe the eyeball appear on your screen right in front of you or something. Because I'm not looking down the left-hand side. I'll be honest. That was the first time I've ever seen that. That's like I'm here like trying to explain this out loud. It's like, what is that even for? That's like, what is that for? Like maybe it should come up and give you an indicator that they're looking in your direction. It was constantly in a lit state. Oh, okay. So this armory was either looted already, or actually no. There's one item here. Let me show you now. Oh, 2 items here. So I'll show you now the options. So let's just lay this on the ground. So we actually have a helmet and a hat. And of course my fancy hat. So the helmet actually is going to give us extra warmth. It's heavier, but it also gives us some protection, obviously, against bullets and against the puppets when they're hitting you and stuff. So I'm going to actually wear that instead. This fancy hat, these hats and stuff, I'm going to cut them up for rags because I don't have any. Actually, is this? Yeah, it's not dirty. So the thing you got to notice is if they're dirty. So that's not dirty. So I'm going to cut this up for rags. And this other hat is also not dirty. So I cut this up for rags as well. That's for bandages, basically. If we get hurt, we can bandage if we have to. So sometimes that'll happen. So now we have 3 bandages. And we're going to keep going. Oh, it's like a car here. We can search the car for a second. It gives us a nail and a wire. I'm going to pick up both just because. My rule of thumb now, my brother disagrees with this. He just picks up what he wants in the moment. I picks up everything, and then I just drop things as I find things to replace them with. Oh, we just got lucky. So our character is really thirsty. It just said is really thirsty. So I'll put this down. I just found lime juice. So we'll talk briefly about metabolism. So metabolism right now, you can see I have 15% energy and 15%, oh, sorry, 16% energy, 15% water. So this is gonna give us water, but he actually gives us more than water. So if I hold control over it, it tells us more information. But basically what we care about in this one moment is how much water and how much energy. So it's going to give us 89.6 grams of water and 42.4 calories of energy. Now, you don't have to care as much about the numbers per se. Obviously, the higher the better. You know, grams versus kilograms versus, you know, calories versus whatever. But I want to bring this with me. So I'm going to put it in my inventory. It says 3 of 5. I could drink the entire thing, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to drink one mouthful. So just instead of doing drink all, I'm going to do drink. My character literally drinks it. And if I go to health, metabolism, I don't think you can see this as my big fat head's in the way, but it says soft drink is at 94, 93, 92. So it's going through my system. But up in the top right-hand corner, you can definitely see this. See the water is at 17%, 81 milliliters, 18%. So now I'm going back. I'm getting back up there for water. So I'm getting the water that I need. There should be some calorie intake coming in as well, because the soft drink does give me some of those things. It should be giving you sugar as well. In reserve, it says intake 33.6 grams of intake per hour for sugar. Nothing for fiber, nothing for fat. There's a little bit of carbs going in there, nothing protein, nothing alcohol. So it is giving me some things back. Now, again, I could drink all, absolutely could. I'm just not going to right now. I'm going to hold on to it. If I find something better, then I'll probably just drink all of that and just keep going. Did we search this stuff yet? No. Search these boxes here. Oh, so we just found a waste bag. Waste bag is kind of important. It's like a fanny pack. Right click, equip. I just got a bunch more spaces. I got another three spots, and then the fourth one, which is the bag's at 87%, so the bag needs to be repaired, but it's still giving me more of what I need. So the big thing that I'm looking for now as a player, as a player that knows a little bit more about than the average player, is right now I'm looking for thread. Because if I can find thread, then I can repair the bag. Someone drove down here in a vehicle. Just heard it then. We might get killed by a player yet. We'll see. So we'll keep searching. You'll also hear puppets and stuff start chasing them too. But I'm looking for thread specifically. Now, I just found painkillers. That's actually really important. So when you take damage yourself, you start limping. If you take painkillers, then it'll stop the limp, which is really important when you're trying to get away from things. There's a mask here, a disposable mask. I don't really need that, so I'm not going to bother to pick it up. There's an extra needle and more painkillers. These are also important. Painkillers are also worth a lot of money in the game. So having an extra set of painkillers on me is good, because when I go to the trader, I'll sell the extra one. It'll give me some money back. It'll probably give me like $300-400. So we'll search again. Nothing else there. Oh, here we go. Hazel. So let's lay this down right here for a second. So there's hazel. So if you look at this, it's 130.8 calories of energy. So if we look back at our health, we're only got 180 in the reserve list. We need eat it. So I'm just going to simply click on this one and choose eat. He just ate the whole thing. You can't see this because it's in the bottom of the screen, but it gave me 130 extra energy. Up on the top, notice how this number is going up pretty quick. So we're at 20%. If I don't move right, because when you move around, obviously you're burning calories. So if I'm not moving around, this number is slowly going up. 192, 193, right? So you do have to constantly be eating in the game. I find it's just relatively easy to just simply, as you play, as you find things, just eat them as you go. Unless it's a big, like if I found like a big thing of cereal or something. If I found a big thing of cereal, I wouldn't eat the whole thing. I'd keep some of it with me. Now, a lot of people suggest to close doors behind you. It's a good idea, because if you keep a door open and someone comes behind you, they've seen a door open and they're going to automatically think somebody was there. Now, this is a bar. Sometimes the bar has food and drinks in here, sometimes not. We'll check some of these cabinets, see if I get lucky. Nope, nothing here. Now, loot does respawn after a short period of time. When people are away. Nothing here. Looks like we're going to some apartments now, so we'll check some of these rooms. Oh, we just found chocolate cake candy. So after having that hazel, remember it was 20%. Oh, toaster pastries. So let's put this down. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier. So I actually don't have very many spaces here. I actually kind of run out of space. So what I'm going to do is, because this is a 4 of 5 and the candy bar is 2 of 2, and I do need a lot of food right now, I'm going to keep the pastries on me, but I'm going to right click on this and choose just eat. This is going to give me a nice big dose of energy. So just watching this number, it's going to keep going up faster now than it was a minute ago. 221, 24%, 222, 223, 224, 225. So this is actually giving me a lot back. A lot back. I'm going to, normally I don't do this, but I'm going to eat the other half of it right now, just because I don't have any space inventories. Actually, you know what? We're going to drop the, no, I am. I'm going to eat it all. We're going to eat all. There we go. So I eat the second one. That adds an extra. So now I have 480 calories in reserve that has to go through my body. 27%, 253, 254, 255, 257. So it's still going up a nice bit. The hazelnut is still in my body, has 81%. You can't see this, I know, because my head's in the way, but you can see some of it actually with the hover over I'm showing you. So it says consumed 81 grams, sorry, 21 grams, and I still have 79 energy. And same thing with chocolate. Chocolate has 450 energy. Now, something too to consider. You'll learn this as you go as well. That's up to 30%. Look, it's going to turn green because it's going to go 31 in a second. Something else to consider is if you eat salty things, it takes away from the water. So if you down something that's super salty, then you're going to lose water as well. So something else to consider. That being said, we're going to have another mouthful of that water. Now, I'm not going to throw away this bottle because I don't have a bottle with me. If we find a running water source, then I can actually fill up this lime bottle with other liquids. I can put water in it. I can put gas in it. I can put milk in it. I can put whatever I want in the bottle afterwards. And some bottles, you can actually craft them into other things. This one, you don't have anything. If I examine, well, actually, I can make a glass shiv, actually. I didn't realize that. So with the glass bottle, I can make a glass shiv, which requires a piece of glass, a rag, and a blunt tool. That makes me I should have never used a glass shiv in this game before, but I guess, something else to do. So I took another mouthful of that. So let's take a look again while we're sitting here. We're at 34% for energy, so that's going up still. Oh, my torch just went out. So I have to put the filter back on for you guys. The torch burns out after a while. So I put the filter on so you can see, and I had to figure something else out. I had to find a lighter or something, because I didn't bring the matches with me. But if you look at here, metabolism, water is now 35%, energy 36%. So we're recovering pretty good. Fuel with rags, but I don't have any. So I ran out of fuel. So they run it after a while. I'm going to take it with me just in case I find a match or something. But it's hard to, it's really difficult for me to see. You can see a bit better, but it is actually pitch dark, I'm hoping to find a lighter or something. I'm going to fuel this with rag strip I just found. Restart in 5 minutes. Oh, gloves. We're going to actually wear those gloves. Your hands will get tired. When you start doing manual labor and stuff, or your hands will get abrasions as well. So I'm just checking all the things that I know potentially have loot. Oh, we just found a leather jacket. So that's also important. Okay, so this leather jacket versus the combined jacket. So the combined jacket I'm wearing is a puppet jacket, and it's destroyed. But this leather jacket is at 84%. So we're going to wear that instead. So we're going to just click on equip. It'll automatically replace it. If you don't have any room in your inventory for whatever item you're replacing, it just drops it on the ground. So it's just dropped on the ground right now. Now I have more slots. Biker jacket. I'm going to do something. I'm actually going to do something here now. This is just, again, is a veteran thing. I'm going to cut this into rags. Normally it wouldn't matter, but I'm going to cut it into rags, and I'm going to fuel my torch. Because a torch requires fuel, and I'm going to do rag strips. And just because the game is confused, I'm going to bring this rag out here, so it's not in the vicinity anymore. Come back in here. I'm going to use these crappy rags to fuel this torch again. Now it's done. See, I don't get any more options to fuel. So that means it's done. So now it's full again. I just need something to light the torch. So if I had brought that that stick with me, the lighting sticks, then I would be good to go. But I didn't bring it with me. This thing here can you can make that into a tinder as well for fuel, but I don't need that right now. And this one have a Christmas ornament, and I have a motorcycle mask. I'm gonna put the motorcycle mask in my inventory because I know it's worth a few dollars, but it's not crazy. So I'm just gonna put it there to the side, and then some raw pasta. You can eat the pasta, but without cooking it, but it will make you sick. So you have to watch. There's like a little meter that comes up that says, you know, if it says you're sick or not. So as you start getting sick, you need to stop eating it. So you can eat some of it, just not the whole thing. So I basically just continue to look. Oh, I found another shirt. Now this shirt is a 2-slot shirt. So normally I would take this with me, but it's already damaged. So I'm not going to bother. There's another one of these rooms. Nothing of interest. Look around to get in here. Another Christmas bulb. Again, not interested in the moment at that. Checking the cupboards for food. Nothing there. Check the trash. Nothing there. Restart in 2 minutes. When we get our 2-minute restart, guys, I'm going to take that 2 minutes to take that minute just to go and run to the washroom and check on my daughter. Oh, I just found money. So it's actually $22. So I'm going to take the $22 and I'm going to put that in my inventory. To put it right above this empty slot because it's just for convenience. Most things are not going to be like so that's extra $22. I'm still negative 250, so it doesn't help me at this particular moment, but it can if when we go to the trader, I'll be able to put the cash in. Oh, another shirt damaged. These are all beat up shirts. Normally I would take those. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take it with me. No, I'm going to take the woodcutters one with me. Just because it's not dirty, it's pretty clean. And if I find a sewing kit, then I can repair that. And that'll give me 2 slots instead of the 1 slot from the current shirt. All right, so it's 1 minute left. I'm going to go upstairs and check these rooms here. Hit tab as I was walking through there and see that? Because there's really nothing to loot. There's all stuff potentially on the shelves. So I was thinking maybe, you know, one of those things could have it there, but it doesn't appear. Oh, there's something up there. So search that one. Search that one. Nothing. Just 2 boxes right here. No boxes. So there's the other thing to consider too when you're playing this game, you got a reset warning. You want to put yourself in a safe place because when you spawn back in, it's possible zombies could be spawned around you. So you want to be in a place where they're not going to be. So in one of these rooms is a good idea. Just checking this last one here. All right, let's go back to those knee-high boots. So these are 91%. The boots are versus my 74 trainer shoes. I don't know which is better, but obviously those are the sexy boots. But she's got pajama pants on, so who wears high heels with pajama pants, right? Oh, all right. So I'm gonna go AFK just for a couple minutes. I'll be right back. Back restart it. Like these buildings are all connected to each other, right? So there's lots of potential looting areas. Looks the same. Well, someone looks like, oh, Bushman. Okay, so this is great news, actually, because a Bushman is my favorite melee weapon in the game. So I'm going to put that there. A Bushman actually is almost like a mini machete for this purpose. So that was a really good get. There's a knife, kitchen knife there too. We'll leave that though. So that was a really good get. Really good get. So now I feel stronger. If I got up close with NPC, they're gonna get got. All right. There's actually I think there's a supermarket across the road. Head over to the supermarket. I don't know if any of this stuff got anything in it. What is this? Oh, it's a pharmacy right here. Let's go into the pharmacy. That might have some things in here we need. Oh, bottle of water. Super important. Super important. Oh, isopropyl alcohol. So that's a good way to make the bandages. Oh, and vitamins. Vitamins. Make the bandages, well, good. So I can actually do this, like, right-click on it and choose this, and then go disinfect. Now, I'm kind of doing this for my own science here now. Oh, wait, what happened? Oh, did I just apply that to all of them? Oh, that's cool. So I actually just, I did, this is new to me. This is new. So I just made all these rags, um, have Pepsi. I can't even say the word, but basically these ones now, if I had an infection, they would help prevent the infection spread. So that's super good to have these. Super good. And I also have vitamins there. You notice some of these are, they're not low, but are getting, just slowly moving down. So some of these things will come back but if I have vitamins. Not all of them, though. Actually, most of them doesn't say anything about vitamins. Anyway. Okay, so that's pretty much all that's in here. So let's move on to the next place. Let's go across the road over here. And I think this is a supermarket right here, actually. So if you notice, actually my water level is getting low. So let's drink the last. Now I have a water bottle, so I'm gonna actually drop the juice box, blah, 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 because I don't really need it. Drop that. I'm looking for a lighter in here. If I could find a lighter in one of these things would be great. So I can light this torch. Oh, it's cool if I could light it on this. No, no lighter. Picking up bolts though as I go, because bolts are used for other things. Oh, okay. So I just found bobby pins. I have a bobby pin here, safety pin. So bobby pins are made into lockpicks. I'm actually going to drop this one because this is a box of 20. And I'm going to pick this up here. So that gives me more of them. Okay. Let's go over here. Still no lighter or anything. Checking all this trash because you never know. There might be something good in them. So give me another safety pin, but I don't need it at the moment. So let's go inside the supermarket. Oh, it's an ATM here, look. So if I had my card with me, which normally you would have your card, but I don't have it on me because wherever I died to my body, I lost it. So it's no good to me. Let's go into the supermarket and see what's in here. See if there's any food. Usually I walk around with tab up because it'll see. Oh, there we go. There's an apple here. So I can double click the apple, put it in my inventory. Is there anything else? So all adds up, right? Food stuff helps. It's another kitchen knife. I don't want that. No, so all was in here. Oh, another thing of bobby pins. I'm not going to pick it up now. I don't need to. All right. I'm actually going to eat that apple just for save some space. Apple is pretty good. It gives you a little bit of water, a little bit of calories. So it actually is good to keep you getting up and that get you out of trouble. So we're going to loot this police station. Maybe see if we can get to the trader. See if we get some money back. We haven't really got anything to get money back. A few pills and stuff. But, oh, bicycle pump. Air pump. That's kind of important, that air pump. Can I move some stuff around? I'm going to drop the wire. The water down here. Or the pills here. Water down here. Okay. Reason why I did that is because if I come across a boat, we're going to check. If we come across a boat, then we can... Actually, you know what? I probably don't need it. Oh, lime juice. Now, this one is a 21%. We're just going to drink all. Just because it's low quality anyway. It's not actually giving... So that's the thing. Even though it was 2 of 5, it was low quality. So it didn't really give me as much stuff in it. So the lower the quality of stuff is, the less it's, good for. Oh, we just found a lighter. So now we can light this. There we go. Now we can see again. So let's get rid of the filter. There's also a pen here. I'll pick it up just because, but I don't really need it. I'll say I need thread. I really need thread. That's the big thing. When I go down to the, oh, you can already see him. Look, zombie right there. We're gonna have to fight our way through that police station. I got a feeling. Oh, underwear. It's not as it's cleaner than what I have on, I guess. Is it cleaner than what I have on? Yeah, a little bit, but it's 72% though, versus 100%. We've got one flight of stairs, I guess, and have a look. Oh, nothing here. Now, you could be running. A lot of people do just run, 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 run. When you run, you make more noise, right? So it's a possibility. Oh, another boots. Not as good as the one I'm wearing, so I'll leave them alone. But yeah, I'm looking for thread, basically. If I can find thread, this is a deal breaker. It's going to give me a lot more space. I can find thread. Nothing in here. Oh, we found cabbage, or lettuce. So because I don't have a lot of space, I'm just going to eat the lettuce right here. And I have to check. Yeah, I got to check to see where your stomach level is, because some of these things, like watermelons, will eat up your whole stomach and your stomach will explode. So you need to make sure you're good with that. So I'm just watching. It should be fine. 75% versus 40%, so it should be good. Lettuce is a lot of water. A lot of water. So we're actually in a really good state by going to this town. Because we were at, like, what were we at? Sub 30s, and now we're at, 70%. Check the other side. So, oh, actually, there's a ladder here, look. Goes up to the roof. I don't go up here very often, but it's pretty cool. Oh, so the visual just lit up blue, so they can see. They can see me, but I guess I'm not hidden. Oh, it is broken. So now it says I'm visible, but before it wasn't visible. It says so it's broken, I guess, before. Because now it's blue. It's lit up. So it'd only be not lit up is when you're in camo mode, I guess, isn't it? There's couple little things right here, so you can check these out here first before I go into the police station. Oh, look, a bottle of water, another egg. Oh, dude, this is so much good stuff. So we're gonna eat the apple because we don't have any space. See, so we eat the apple and eat the egg again raw, and then the bottle of water. I'm gonna drink this one all the way. It's gonna give me a ton of water now, so it should be good for water. Ton of water. It's okay. So we just found work boots. So work boots usually are better than they last longer than the stilettos. So I kind of think we need to drop. They both weigh the same, but I think the work boots will last longer. So I'm gonna wear the work boots and I'll leave the stilettos. Now there's a gas can in here. There's also a light for a vehicle. They're both relatively heavy, so we don't really have the capacity to carry them. Oh, we just found a cotton sweater. So I'm actually going to take this cotton sweater and wear this. It's going to double up my heat, though. Oh, zombie right here. Okay, so we're going to actually drop this, get the bow out. Oh, that was a complete miss. Wait till it gets a little closer. Now switch to the spear. Actually, I got a bushman, don't I? Shit, hit the wrong button. There we go. He hit the wrong button, he hit me then. So the worst part is when he hits you, he does damage. See that? See how much damage he did to everything? So now I can't even pick this stuff up. Darn it. That's frustrating. Gotta put it in my jacket instead. You gotta be careful sometimes with this stuff. So I got screwed up then because I hit the wrong button and he hit me. I got like 2 arrows left. Not many. Let's go in here inside and check this out. See if we get lucky and get like a vest or like a bag or something. Okay, so there's some bullets in here. And there's a clip. So we're gonna have to make some space for some of this stuff. Some shotgun shells. Alright, so I do have, we talked earlier, remember? We got a screwdriver and we got some picks. So we're gonna pick out one of these, right click, choose craft as lockpick. And now we're just gonna go pick a locker, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, just one. And we're gonna lockpick it. So basically, you hold F and try to get the sweet spot. All right, let's see what's inside the magical locker. Streamer loot. No, nothing. Not a thing. What a waste. Not a thing in there. All right, I'm going to take the 5.56 ammo. And now we're kind of stuck. Not really anything else we can take. Like, we'll take these 2 here instead. Drop the piece of the tire, I guess. We really need a sewing kit. Because that puppet's just screwed us up big time. I hear one. He's close, but I don't know where he's to. Maybe he's upstairs. Hoping to get a bag or something. I mean, clips are important, but shotgun shells. Well, I'll keep the slugs. Another clip, huh? All right, so we're actually going to drop the book. Pick up the clip. I'm going to check these for... Sometimes money will spawn inside the mattresses. I hear a zombie. I don't know where it's to, though. Keep checking these. Oh, actually a box of ammo. Kind of stuck now. We're going to drop this. And we're going to eat this pasta. We're eating raw pasta, I know. My bladder is full too, so my character's going to have to pee. This pasta is actually going to give us a lot of energy. Alright, so she's going to have to do her pee. Okay, we're going to eat the rest of the pasta. So we're over 100% now. Like, even though the bottom right, the bottom left says 100% on food and water, you actually go into the health bar, it's 102% and 120%. So we're actually really good for food and water right now, like extremely good. Shit. Stomach full, C3. That just killed my stamina. So I wasn't watching because I was explaining it. So I ate too much. My stomach is over full, 113% over full. So now that actually dropped my stamina down to 59%. So now that's actually bad. I should have stopped eating. I wasn't ready. Oh, cup of coffee. Sounds like there's a zombie down below. He might chase me inside, but we're going to check the roof first. Oh, no, he's up top. That was kind of dumb. He just warped at me then. Oh, he warped again. The warping thing is not cool when it happens. So there are some little things, right? There's definitely some little things in the game that can be frustrating. when they warp at you and stuff, they kind of lock on and warp at you. That needs to be fixed too at some point in the future. Oh, he's walking now, see? So I took another hit then, though. See, my clothes is even more damaged. Okay, we're going to fuel this... we're going to relight this torch. Wonder if there's any boats on the end. Oh, there's some more. Shit. This is not what I want to do. Alright, so we should be able to fuel this. We'll put this out. We're going to relight this torch. So we're going to fuel it with rag strips. Rag strips. Rag strips. Rag strips. And then we're going to fuel it with rags. And now she's full. And then I'll do a light. And we're good to go again for a bit. There is a ladder right here. I'm going to climb down the ladder. Oh my god, he still hit me. I backed off. This is another... Noticing little issues now as I'm explaining stuff. So I'm going uphill, so the character is not always hitting where he should be hitting. But you notice how the Bushman, like, wrecked him compared to the other thing? Really need thread, see? So I'm checking here. CD player is worth money, but I need the space at the moment. Really hoping to find some thread. Scroogey. Scroogey is kind of important, but... Oh, I got Scroogeys there? Sure, I didn't even use them. Alright. We're going to go back in and we're going to loot again. Maybe I'll get a backpack or a gun or something. Alright, we're going to go back upstairs. Because I got Scroogey. I didn't realize I had Scroogeys there. I only used one Scroogey when I could have used more than one. Alright, so we got 2 lockers. So we're going to go unpack 2. And we're going to go craft lockpicks. I'm going to see what we can find. Okay, it's 1. Nothing. All right, let's try the second one. Nothing. Wow, this is like really bad. Never seen this happen before. So let's go down stairs, back those first set of lockers. Try it again. This is horrible. I never got one thing. Zombie outside the window here. Nothing. Okay, that's just ridiculous. All right, well, that's it. Oh, shit. He's running after me. If he's still coming or not, but we're going to go inside here. Sometimes things will spawn in here. Cell phone. We'll take that. That'll start our first quest, actually. And a scarf. I'll put that on. So lots of food and water, so pretty golden when it comes to that. Just trying to see if there's a boat over here anywhere. Because if a boat spawns, it's kind of good. Okay, we're going to run the coast. Oh shit, there's a lot of puppets. Okay. See how many we can outrun. Character's actually really quick, so our character design allows her to pretty much outrun a lot. So she's like super fast. The run speed is 27 kilometers an hour. That's actually really good. I don't know what the average puppet speed is, but so we're actually going to head back to this green bubble. It's not that far away, but it's a little bit of a trip because we're running. Most of this inventory we're going to be able to sell. We have 13 fame points, so it's not quite enough to buy anything. Just enough to get us out of the hole, I think. But we'll see. When we get there, we'll maximize what we can. Most of this military stuff we can sell and get a few dollars for. Hoping to find a boat on the way, but I never even checked. There's a spot by the lighthouse. Sometimes a boat spawns back there. I should have checked that. I never did. Okay, we'll stop and get some stamina back. Injuries almost gone all the way. Characters needs to pee again. But I mean, this is pretty much a nutshell of what you do. Like, it's just more to survivability. Like, the crafting menu is huge. Like, you can make bullets and weapons and bags and block protection stuff, and like there's so many different things you can make. And there's also the base building elements. You can make the bases, and there's all kinds of stuff with a base for PvE. There's also a cooking menu. Like, so there's just so many things that you can do with the game. But it's very much sandbox though, right? Because the ultimate goal is to survive. But the question, I guess, would be survive for what? Because it's a sandbox. So it's kind of like this is your, what's that other game called? Another Life or whatever. Anyway, I think you know what I'm trying to get at. So it's definitely better played with friends because you're kind of doing everything together and wacky stuff happens. I got tons of clips on YouTube where you can check out and see, you know, all the kinds of hijinks that you get on with. The vehicles are fun in the game. There's cars and motorcycles and tractors and airplanes and wheelbarrows and boats and just, you know, just motorcycles, if I didn't say it. There's like a lot of stuff you could do. You could legitimately parachute out of airplanes if you want to. So you have someone pick you up in an airplane, and you, as long as you have a parachute with you, you can jump out, go on another part of the map. The new motorcycle has a sidecar and stuff too, so you can drive around with the sidecar and shoot people if you want to, or puppets as you drive. Like, here's the lighthouse we started to. That lighthouse right there. Look. So there's a salt flat soda we're going to go by. We'll go through that, see if we can get thread. If we can buy thread, then that would really work out good, because it makes a difference. But we do have that helmet now too. That's going to help us a little bit, protection. I can run a lot better because of the coffee I drank. Like the attention to detail too. Like the spear has like the blood on it, you know. And as your clothes starts getting worn, they get holes. And then as you patch them, the patches actually visually show in the game. All right, so north would be the flats. So we head down to the flats. You can kind of see them now as I get a little closer. So should be a few more places to loot down here too before we get to the trader. Maybe we get lucky and get some thread. I do have a cell phone, so I think that should start my first quest. Because there's actually quests and stuff at the traders you can get too. So you get $500 here, 250, 1,500. Like depends on what the quest is. So gives you stuff to do, other things to do. Okay, let's get our stamina back. Oh, my torch went out again. All right, so nothing here. Let's keep going. It's too bad we weren't prepared for that one NPC because he had a gun. If we would have got the gun off him, we might have been able to. Well, not really, but just more action. All day. Whew. Speaking of NPCs. I'd like to escape them over to to puppets. Oh, he hit me. That guy's one arrow. Okay, we're gonna try to kill him. 1, 3, 2. Oh, he still got me. It's my freaking bandages. Really? You only do one? I don't even have enough. You gonna bleed out now? 7% health. Oh, this... Okay. Alright, so... I'm hurt here. I'm hurt pretty bad. You guys can't see shit. Oh, hold on. Let's see. So basically what happened was NPC. When you get hurt, your screen kind of goes black, like turns dark. So I got a bunch of C1 injuries. Now I have painkillers. What happened to my... Oh, there it is right here. Take one painkiller. Drop the spear. So this was kind of rough, but I did manage to kill that guy. He dropped nothing of use, really. He has a 30-pound bow, which is interesting, because I don't think you can get 30-pound bows, right? I don't think you can craft 30-pound bows. Yeah, that's interesting. 30-pound bow. What's up, Wes? Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, dude. And he has jeans, which I'd love to have. But again, no sewing kit. How's my health? Pain. Suppressed. So we need to wait till that's 100% suppressed. Once it is, then I can move. Once I can move, I need to go to the trader. So it's 2 kilograms, 2 kilograms. So it's interesting. It's a 30-pound bow versus a 20 Found both. All right, so now it's suppressed. So now I can move normal. See? So kind of loot around here. Yeah, I got messed up. NPC. That actually wasn't too bad. Like, he still kind of locked on to me, which really sucks. But it's okay. All right, you hear those gunshots? Fuck, wait a minute. He did lock on. Whoa! All right, let's run this way. So I was going to try to skate them into puppets, but there's not enough puppets to spawn on official servers for it to work. Well, I guess it is. They're fighting somebody right now. But... yeah, I'm hurt pretty bad. 7%. Gonna head to the trader. Pain is suppressed, though, so it should be okay. We get there. Yeah, it was pretty close. So the guy, they hit me twice with arrows and brought me down to like 9% health. That's without a vest. If I had a vest, it would be a little bit different. And I was kind of thinking if I can kill the guy, maybe he has a vest, even if it's only a low percentage, will make a difference. But so it's definitely a little bit of a challenge there. Like I said, some of the game is for us veteran players more of what it was like before versus what it's like now, and trying to unlearn that and just kind of accept this is what it is. And if you can't accept it, that's when people tend to move on. Like we've had people before. I told the story many times. It was a good player, and he. We're inside the safe zone now, so we're golden. He loved just running around with a sniper rifle and an AK and a backpack full of gear, just running around constantly. And as soon as they add the exhaustion stuff, he pretty much just quit playing. He's like, I'm not interested anymore. If I can't do what I was doing before, I'm not interested. And that's a fair point. It's fair. It's what he enjoyed doing, and you can't do it. So why, you know? But if you enjoy the core game, then I think most people can kind of adapt and figure it out. This is a very black and white game now, eh? So this should move into here, and this should allow this pain to go away. Intensity is increasing, but this injury's almost gone. There you go. That one's gone. The intensity is still increasing, but my health is coming back now to 32%. So just waiting for this one to go away. When this goes away, this should go down. All right, so now we're just waiting. There we go. Done. I'm good to go. So now we'll get to the trader and sell what we can. Okay, I'm back. Okay, got to renew that sub when I have some extra funds to spend again. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, dude. All good. Appreciate it. No, I was saying is, I spent some time yesterday making new YouTube channels. So I have a bunch of YouTube channels that are related to my interests. So rather than, because yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't honestly, I have no idea what it actually is that's causing it. But either way, I created a bunch of sub channels essentially. My main channel, which I'll still do my streaming and stuff from, and whatever's there is there. But now I got a wrestling one set separately. I have an RPG one. I have a horror one. I have a survival one. I have. So that's my plan anyway. My plan is this year I'm going to play more games and finish more games, and that's the ultimate goal. So let's sell some stuff. We're going to keep these pills. We're going to sell these.
Go ahead. You'll need these sooner or later.
All right. And I'm a dummy because I didn't get a card.
I'll be here when you need me.
All right. Let's go back and see the card. So what we're going to do first, guys, we're just going to renew. We're going to cancel this card, and we're going to get, or actually, we're not going to get any card. Well, we're going to cheat, actually. We're going to cheat because I have the pay to win thing. So we're going to get the gold card for $0, just so I have one. I'm just going to cheat a little bit. Normally, you have your starter card, but I lost my starter card. So let's deposit the money we just made, $518. So we deposit that in there. Now we're plus 257. Plus 257. So let's go over to this trader and see what we can do. See if we can start making some money. Oh, someone had a CD. Dude, you can sell that. That's money. All right, so we're first thing we're going to do is go to the quest book. First quest says bobby pins. So we're going to do the bobby pins, guys. This is going to be easy because we have bobby pins with us. So so the quest says, let's go back to it. Well, it says find bobby pins. We actually have bobby pins. So we're going to go and unpack 10 bobby pins. Okay, and that is box just turned blue with an exclamation mark. So all you do is go over and click on it, and notice I have $257 and 14 fame. Hit the button, turn the bobby pins in.
Let me give you something for your trouble.
Quest complete. Now I have $757 and 19 fame. So just like that was worth the money. So we'll go back in the quest book. What else we got? Sexy shorts, chocolate candies, telephone booths, sewing kit, grinding stone. So before I do anything, can I buy stuff is the question. So it looks like I can buy chocolate bars. Do I have room? No. That's okay. So we're going to take, this is how to get, you're supposed to find the things, obviously. Unfortunately, oh shit, I can't buy clothing. So the sexy shorts I can't buy. I need 35 fame for. But the chocolate bars I can buy. So the correct way of doing it is finding the things like the bobby pins, but you could technically cheese it. And I'm going to do that right now because that's the way everyone does video games. So I'm going to cheese it here now, just so I can get a little bit extra money, so I can do the things I need to do. So I need 3 chocolate bars. I'm going to take that quest. The reward is $580. It's not a big profit. It's more about getting the fame. So now we're going to go to chocolate. I'm going to buy 3 of the cheapest chocolate bars you could buy. Just one here. 1, 2, 3. So 3 times $150 is not a huge amount. It's $450. So it is going to be a little bit of a profit, but not much. We're talking what's the quest reward? Let's look at it. So I'm spending $450 to make $580. So it's like $130. So it's not much of a it's not much. But it's enough because again, I'm trying to get fame. So is that 20 fame? Now I'm at 25 fame with a little bit of profit. So as I get more fame, I can unlock more things that I can purchase in the game. So sexy shorts I can't buy. Telephone booths is the thing you go and do. Sewing kit is 80. Grinding stone is 140. Or sorry, 740. So how much is a sewing kit? I can buy that. That'll be profit. What was the other thing? I forgot that already. I was hoping the needle was going to be one of the quests. Oh, grinding stone. I'm pretty sure grinding stone is expensive. So this one won't make sense. Yeah, grinding stone is $1,600. Now, I could buy thread for $150, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing, so I can repair my stuff. But we're going to buy the sewing kit. That's pretty much going to use up all my money. Actually, you know what? If I repair this, I think I could repair all my stuff and still trade it in. We'll find out now if I screw this up. So they use up 2. This is actually giving me survival skill too, guys. When I'm doing that survival skill, look, 3%.
Or maybe it's engineering. Yeah, it's engineering, sorry. It's just 25. Should be able to repair all these things and still trade this in. Hopefully. Repair the bag. Repair the shirt. So I bought the sewing kit. Still used a lot of it. And now we'll take the
Here's
quest.
what I got.
All right, that's perfect. So all the quests are completed here, which is great. And all my stuff is upgraded. I don't have very much. Well, I got $1,000 of money now. So we'll see. I'll buy the sewing kit in a second, but for now, let's go and check out the other trader. It's called playing the trader game. Kind of go around the circle and buying the things you get. Now, my home server, the server I play on, you can't do this. It disables all these items to buy from the traders. You can't do this. But on the official servers, technically you can. So at some point, hopefully they'll patch it out. So let's go to Open Quest log and see what he has. I need 3 boxes of ammo, ACP ammo. I actually have ammo, but I only have 1 box. So if I was able to buy ammo from him, which I can't do because I need more fame, see? Still don't have enough fame to get there. It'd be nice if I get 5 fame, because 5 fame allows me to give a backpack. But, publisher's bows, ammo box, flashlight, pistol. So I can't do any of these things. I'm going to take the one with the bows, though. So that's $1,500 and 5 fame. That's a big one.
The sooner you get this done, the
So
better.
now, the thing with the traders is, even though there's 4 traders that have books that you can get stuff from, you have to do them in order, at least initially. So I can't move on to the medical or the mechanical traders until I complete 3 quests from this guy. So we did save up a lot of money or stuff from here. Remember, we brought back a pile of stuff. So we're going to sell these things. $57. This guy left $57 on the table.
That thing registered?
So that's another $926. And we're going to sell this and this. And we're going to unbox his ammo. So the ammo boxed is for 116. But if we unbox it, ooh, that is new. That's changed. So it used to be if you unbox ammo, it gives you the ammo at 100%. But clearly that doesn't, it's still at 60%. So that wasn't worth unboxing. Interesting. Okay. So I just sold all the ammo that I have. I'm not going to sell my Bushman, because the Bushman's kind of important. I am going to sell this
Guns
rag,
come
though.
unloaded. Secure. That thing registered?
Scar. $25.
Nobody cares. Farewell.
Should be able to relight your torch here, huh? That'd be kind of cool. So I think I pretty much sold. No, I didn't. I got to go. I need to get a sewing kit. And do I have enough bolts? I do. I should be able. So the other thing you can make, too, and I'll over the place now, so I'm like all excited. The other thing you can do is you can make a vest. Here. So I need 3 skins, and I need, yeah, so we'll be able to make an armored vest now in a second. I just need 2 pieces of metal. Just should be able to get back here. And I just need to kill 2 puppets. See the patches on the coat, guys? Isn't that cool? Now we're going to fuel this with rags. And then we're going to light that again in a second. But I'm going to buy thread from the trader, because I don't think I can get anything else of use. Actually, can I sell this? $100 for the air pump. Motorcycle mask, 117. Gloves, $11. And jam pants. Ooh. Thread.
Here's what I got.
You can actually buy feathers too. Should I buy 35, 12 feathers? I'm gonna buy 12 feathers as well, because then I can make some stone tip arrows. All right, so we're gonna make a sewing kit. And then we're gonna repair these pants. So I'm gonna make stone tip arrows, but I need to buy.
Here's what I got.
Oh, so I could have bought duct tape, enough duct tape to make whatchamacallit. You can buy bobby pins here too. Look, if you buy a bobby pin, can I put them back in the box? Oh, it goes right back in the box. Look.
Sneaky little hobbitses.
Why is that so loud? Holy jumping. Ah, it's so loud. What's up, crazy mom? Yeah, it goes right in the box. That's cool. You can actually put the pins back in the box. That's pretty useful.
Here's what I got.
I can make a rain jacket, look, for $216. Basically. Pretty sure it's all I need, right? Here we go. Now we can make a rain jacket. There we go. Trash bag, rain jacket. Looking pretty good, huh? What do you think? I actually like the trash bag rain jacket. All right, so we need to make an axe, basically. Is there rocks down here at all? No, I think we need to go outside the zone. Oh. What's Crazy Mom doing? Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, right? That's what we're to. Happy New Year. So I need... What is it I need to make? I need like a club, basically, isn't it? Yeah, I just need a club. So I just need basically a bush to cut down. Two bushes. Well, a couple bushes regardless, I guess. What did I do with my torch? Oh, is a torch back in the other room? Okay, here's the hammer. All right, so now we can make... All right, so there we go. So that's 2 sets of those. So now we just need the torch and the flint. I keep forgetting to make a quiver, dude. Like, why do I keep forgetting to make a quiver? Can I have scissors? Yeah, let's get scissors. We're really taking advantage of the trader, hey? And now we need something that gives us... Shit. I'll make the quiver after, actually. These should be better, but... Not that I really use them anyway, but... Basically getting a stack of these arrows. Crossbow wouldn't be a bad thing either, but I didn't make one. So that's a good thing to do too. If you got money, or not even very much money, but a little bit of money, if you go to the trader, and you don't have enough fame to buy arrows, buy feathers. Because then you could just use the feathers to craft crossbow bolts, or stone tip arrows, or even metal tip arrows if you have a whatchamacallit too. So I can actually drop those. Take this in hand. Now we need to kill some puppets because we need the skins. So there's like a World War II bunker over this way. Also a garage. Maybe you should visit the garage. And yeah, if we visit the garage, we might actually even get the quiver there. All right. Well, unfortunately, there was nothing here. There's a light down there. There we go. This is the building we're going to. We might have NPCs down here as well, so we'll see. Oh yeah. Hear the shots? Hopefully the puppets kill them, but this may not be possible. We'll see. Hard to see now. Did they survive it? Did they die, I wonder? Whoa! Look at him. Well, he's not aiming directly at me, but he's got an awful lot of shots. So I don't have his. I can't close in that close to him. So if I go to the town. Wow. I don't have a vest, so I can't. If I had a vest, I might even consider it. Just put my helmet on, I guess, just in case he gets a shot on me. But it's the difference, I guess, of vanilla is just it seems like there's just one puppet or one NPC, not like a group of them. I almost wonder if that would be a good idea on BBR. Because it's kind of not fun when you're getting ganged up on by 15 of them, but I'm going to get my breath back. Yeah, dude, he was like immediately shooting at you. That was rapid fire too. So he had like an actual gun too. It wasn't improvised. Oh, there's our puppet. Oh, there he is. Go to hammers. Not as good as the Bushman. Still works. I go up and check on the family because there's noise happening here now. All right, so from here, I can finally craft quiver, which is nice. This is where I can put my arrows to. So I can drop. Now we got arrows sticking out, which is kind of nice. Cut this into rags. Fuel with rags. Fuel with rags. Fuel with rags. Fuel with rag strips. Fuel. And we'll just take this in our hand. Shit, there's zombies everywhere. Cooking pot, drinks, cookbook.